Inti President and our ministers, Nananom, Minister for Roads and Highways, Obabua na Ejumezino, Wakodo Kama. Aha. Intino banana yazi machine no ko bofom. Aha. Na bibia wa kama. Yenim payifo ha hina yamin hira hon papa MPs, ministers, nananom, assembly members. Yamin hira hon. Mankasa me mame papa. Honorable Joyce Bawa Muktari. Honorable Joyce Bawa Muktari. Yamin hira papa. God bless you so much. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Aha.
Enti Ghana man paying boshe na wafo Efrin na Enyizimara oze so ana Efrin na non za wo fom oyene demuria no trade officially Sekendi Takrade to Oye Cape Coast dualization project and officially or Basha say the Mozikan Keno was it wo fom arape oya an yakope contractor ejuman Basha say wano and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and now one for free Antina Fomen and answer Boshe and now Wama as no do no za wo fom fefe demara.
Oh, what may I want some? Into Ayaphobia. Ayaphobia. I'm paying no FFF.
From Notre Dame, Shasarian second heater credit to Cape Coast dualization project. Intonian Ganaman paying Ama Efrinodo. Enyo. Wame Efrinodo. Aha. That's right. That's right. And see, also work for Mara, and not today, Jumezin, and then shall sign second Takrade, horrible. Oh, I'm born some more, ye did there. A quano, a piano, that's right. And see, and Ozawa Foreman, and Ozawa Foreman.
I'm paying. Yeah, that's a papa. Oya homaka. Yamin show baby. Yana regular executive sawaha. Why as papa Yami in Shirahon. Nana toku and an impaying for Yamin Shirawina constituency executive sawaha. Me who secretary, me who organizer. We now or ha. Yamin Shirahon papa. Regular youth organizer Mustafa Waha. Women's organizer. Where you now or ha? O Sunday. Ya tiny papa echi. There you may know Obokodo. Na why kama. One bone sim. Yana mame Emilia Asa. Yame insure papa. Yame insure papa. Yan on your fe. Yan fa botar yan fan ye. Na on your fe. Na jumezi on kodo. Na yehina yemboa na mbera wa hyede wo bewie dwumezi ampara de wa bem na yehina ra ye nam kwan no da na bibia so wa ye kama yamin shira omampanyin wo anamona wetu yamin shira no papa yamin shira.
Enti Ghana man paying officially is so our form. Yeah, as I ashensoze the secondary Takrade to Cape Coast double road no obotum na washa say enti anoyen na mayete no eyimenyi miara adwumezin abasha say in Fabian in Tim ye benya 2 here and not the bibia wano no wasamain enti Ghana man paying and that say na yazemo under the Big Push project Adrian Western region and Emanto in Kanka this particular road Obansi Yankopon on show on ye womb painful papa. It's on in Ghana man paying or son for men Baby Yedri, His Excellency the President, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, Oboshe na wasrakwan na was a wone you are Mpacho yankwechi yamakwan na Ghana man paying Mbra yamakwan enyizimara.
As the Minister for Roads said, this is a major program to expand the infrastructure of our country. The World Bank, in one of their reports, said that Ghana has a deficit of $1.5 billion every year in the infrastructure space. And so we decided that we must, over a 5-year period, catch up with that deficit and improve the infrastructure so that we can increase productivity and also use it to expand our economy. And so that is how the Big Push was born. And the Big Push is a $2 billion a year investment over 5 years. And so we're going to spend $10 billion on infrastructure alone. And that includes roads, health sector, education sector, sports and recreation, agriculture and agri-tech, digital space, and the key sectors of the economy. But we started the Big Push this year, and the Minister of Finance allocated 13 billion cedis for Big Push. And we realized that everywhere we had gone during the campaign, the major complaint of every region, every traditional authority, was the poor nature of our roads. Existing roads that were fairly in good shape over the years had not been maintained, not even pothole patching, and so the roads had deteriorated beyond proper use. And so it meant that we had to allocate a big portion of the budget for the Big Push to the road sector. And that's how come we kick-started it with the Accra-Aflawo Road dualization. Leave him, let him come in. Okay. That's why we kick-started it with the Accra-Aflawo dualization, the first phase, and then also the Dawinya, Afienya, Dodowa roads. We also cut short for the whole Aflawo Road, and this is the third round of short cutting that we're doing. And this is a very critical road. That is the Cape Coast Takrade Road. It has caused a lot of accidents. It has outlived its usefulness. And it is time for us to modernize it so that it will improve the productivity of both the central and western regions. So this is going to be a modern dual carriageway instead of the single passage. And there are going to be interchanges so that we create traffic separation so that the congestion that we see on this road will be a thing of the past. And so, as the minister said, Western region is receiving its fair share of attention for the roads. And just for the records, I'll give you some of the roads that we are working on in the Western region, just for the records. And the first one is what we're going to cut short for, which is the dualization of the Cape Coast Takoradi Road. Then we're also working on the Takoradi Agona rehabilitation and dualization of Takoradi to Agona Junction Road. Then we also have the construction of the Enchi Elubo Road. Then we have bitumen surfacing of Asankragwa Agona Memphis Sefi Bekwai Road. Then we have bitumen surfacing of Asankragwa Fojokrom Phase 1 Road. Then we have bitumen surfacing of Gravel Yard to Basekese Santasu Road. Then we have reconstruction of Atebabu Senterso Mumuni Junction Road. Then rehabilitation of Esiama Teleku Bukazo and Himbeng Junction Road. And rehabilitation of Teleku Bukaso and Yenase Road. These are all roads that are captured in the first phase of the road rehabilitation program. And the total cost of these roads comes to almost 7 billion cedis. And so I want to assure you that Western Region will get its fair share of the investment that we're doing in roads and in other infrastructure that we'll build under the big push. Now, I just want to also point out, we cannot invest so much money in improving our road network only for transporters to overload their trucks and destroy the roads in 3 to 5 years. We've seen new roads that are built, and once these trucks that are overloaded pass on them, within 3 to 5 years, the road is finished. Recently, Burkina Faso have implemented a new weight regulation. And so your trailer must not be longer than a certain length. It must not be wider than a certain length. And do you know what is happening? Trucks load from Takoradi and from Tema and overload. When they get to Burkina Faso border, they cannot enter because of the regulation the Burkinabes have introduced. So they bring 3 trucks from Burkina Faso and offload 1 truck into 3 trucks before they can enter Burkina Faso. There are trucks in this country that load 120 tons when the maximum load is supposed to be 50 tons. There is no road you can construct that will stand 20 tons per truck. And so I've told the roads minister, and it's going to be announced firmly in the budget, we'll consult the drivers union, the transporters, we must implement weight restrictions so that the roads that we build can last. And so next year we're going to introduce strict weight limitations so that these investments that we're making in our road sector would last for a lifetime. We are not going to waste taxpayers' money repairing these roads only for people who want to make as much money as possible to load 120 tons on a road and destroy that road within a short time. And so I'm just sending a signal. We're going to engage the stakeholders in the sector in order that we enforce the weight limits for our trucks so that they don't overload and destroy our roads. But I have a short speech here. I'll just go through it and then we'll be done. I wish to thank all of you here for your attention. Today marks another proud moment in our collective journey to build a modern, connected, and inclusive Ghana. We're gathered here today to turn the sword for the dualization of the Cape Coast to Takoradi Road. This is one of the most vital transport corridors in our country. But let me say that it's not only Cape Coast to Takoradi. The other contractors working on Accra to Winneba Junction to Mankasim, and then Mankasim to Cape Coast. So by the time we are finishing this road, they also will be finishing. So the road from Accra to Takoradi will be dual carriage all the way. This project is more than a road. It is a declaration of our shared resolve to rebuild Ghana's infrastructure as a foundation for jobs, for competitiveness, and for national unity and cohesion. It embodies the spirit of the Big Push infrastructure program and the 24-hour economy policy. And both are designed to modernize our transport systems, expand industrial access, and make Ghana work again efficiently around the clock. The Cape Coast Takoradi Road forms part of the national routes, which is popularly referred to as N1, and the Trans-West African Highway linking Accra to Takoradi, Ghana's major industrial and port city. It carries more than 90% of freight and passenger movement to the Western region, and it connects our mining, oil, agriculture, and tourism economies. It also links communities whose livelihoods depend on daily mobility, and these are traders, students, farmers, fishermen, and workers who spend countless hours in traffic every day because of congestion. The current single carriageway has long outlived its design life. It has become congested, it has become accident-prone and inefficient, leading to the loss of lives and productivity. This must change, and today we're making that change irreversible. The dualization of the Cape Coast Takoradi Road covers 73.6 kilometers from Cape Coast to Takoradi and is divided into 3 contiguous lots for efficient implementation. What we've done is, in the past, normally that whole road would have been awarded to one contractor, and it would take him a long time to continue until he finishes. Today, that 73.6 kilometers we have divided into 3 lots and given to 3 different contractors so that the work can progress rapidly. So the first contractor in Lot 4 will be delivering 3 interchanges. Apart from the dual road, there will be 3 interchanges. There will be 4 bridges, and there will be 2 pedestrian facilities. The second contractor would have 2 interchanges, 3 big bridges, and 4 pedestrian crossings. And the third, for Lot 6, will provide 4 interchanges, 3 major bridges, 7 footbridges, and about 20 kilometers of service roads with a rest stop and an axle-way station. And so this contractor will provide service lanes because of the communities on the side, because they're getting into the urban area, and then they'll have a service rest stop and an axle-way station. The road will feature 2-lane dual carriageways, designs for speeds between 80 and 100 kilometers per hour, with paved shoulders, improved drainage, LED lighting, and polymer modified asphalt surfaces for durability and safety. Each of these lots, the 3 lots, is expected to be completed within 24 months. But my understanding from the contractors is they can finish faster than 24 months. When this project is completed, it will reduce the travel time between Cape Coast and Takoradi by 50%. It will improve safety for motorists and pedestrians alike. It will facilitate easier access to the Takoradi port and the industrial enclaves of Western region, and also the tourism destinations of Western and Central regions. It will stimulate trade, tourism, and investment across the 2 regions, and it will create more than 8,000 jobs, 2,000 direct jobs, and 6,000 indirect jobs during construction. And as the minister said, I appeal to the contractors. If you have to hire labor, you have to recruit some people, please look in the local communities and see if you can find the expertise that you need. So the first lot is by SNL Construction and Engineering Limited. The second is Alikro Julius Limited. And the third is again SNL Construction and Engineering Limited. I expect the contractors to uphold the highest standards of professionalism, quality, and environmental stewardship. The Ghana Highway Authority too is charged to ensure rigorous supervision and enforce every clause of the performance contract. We expect you to use quality material to execute these jobs. This project is a cornerstone of our 24-hour economy and our reset agenda. It will enable faster, safer, round-the-clock transport and logistics operation. It will reduce fuel consumption and vehicle maintenance costs for transporters. It will strengthen connectivity to export processing zones, port terminals, and industrial corridors. It will strengthen regional competitiveness and tourism along Ghana's Atlantic coast belt. It will also complement already ongoing big push projects, the Takoradi port expansion, the Western Rail revival, the Atimpoku Hoa Flower Road reconstruction, each one representing a deliberate step towards a more integrated and productive economy. As we implement this project, I urge all stakeholders to respect the environment, ensure proper drainage and waste management, and minimize any adverse impact on the local communities. Government will honor all legitimate compensation claims associated with the right-of-way acquisition and will not repeat the mistakes of the past where infrastructure comes at the cost of our people's livelihoods. Let me take this opportunity to commend the Minister of Roads and Highways and his team, to commend the Ghana Highway Authority for your professionalism and the speed with which you have brought these big push projects into fruition. Let me commend the Central and Western Regional Coordinating Councils for your cooperation. Let me thank the traditional authorities for the help you have given us. Thank the contractors and engineers for their technical expertise and readiness, and the people in this corridor for your patience, support, and partnership in this national undertaking. This project belongs to you. It is being built for your safety, for your livelihoods, and your future. I therefore urge you to embrace the project. We must all play our part to ensure the timely completion of this project, from government agencies to contractors to communities along the corridor. Let us safeguard the works. Let's avoid encroachment and support the supervision process. Together we will deliver a world-class highway that will stand as a legacy of collective effort and national renewal. Today, as we cut the sod for this vital infrastructure, we're also breaking ground for a more connected, safer, and prosperous Ghana. This road is a bridge not only between Cape Coast and Takoradi, but between our aspirations and our achievements, between promise and progress. Let this project remind us that development is not an abstract concept. It is the daily improvement of people's lives, kilometer by kilometer, community by community. May this road carry the hopes of traders, the dreams of students, the labor of farmers, and the vision of a country determined to rise again. It is my prayer that the next time we meet here, it will be not to cut sod, it will be to commission the Cape Coast Takoradi Dual Carriageway.
Edeba TV XYZ so baby a wa wo hwe bibia wa wo tie Power 97.9 FM so me wakwaba Edeba inside politics jumedi so ebia wo tie me the nation's capital Accra ebia wo tie me Ashanti wo tie me Eastern wo tie me Western wo tie me Central regions me pacho bebre a Power 97.9 FM sa so na wa wo hwe free to air digital no so ubetumi ahwe TV XYZ wo TV channel no so free to air wo so a wo train wo multi TV digger box satellite TV wo so yema wakwaba sa so na satellite TV digger box na so audio channel wo betumi etie Power FM wo so make out say you stream live wo Facebook and TikTok Power 979 FM sa so na TV XYZ Ghana ni na your Facebook wo betumi ahwe tie bi ansa na ye kwa YouTube so a me pacho bebre no so wo betumi ahwe bi etie bi ho ene ya affiliate ahro omo fa dwumadie nyina information centers ahroa omo fa dwumadie na ye mo bibia akwaba kai se ye TV XYZ and Power 97.9 FM ye from Nicholas ya wusios no betumi afrom King Nicholas Wednesday's edition of inside politics na me de bro it me Power mid morning na me de bro prim anti baby will be a catch on you be na no so kan train you be there the biggest socio political program is airborne on Power 97.9 and TV XYZ King Nicholas in me ding anti free summary equity 555 there mamen somewhere na me more education information awon hia ni amanyo se me koso ye man mu na ye mfenso mu mprempren de di wo mamen fast da mo dum fe ma otwedi ampon yankopon se we bi osuntokura no de ndedu ya che kwama tetremeda bodwim ma moja so edi emu efrusan ebi omon fe ma production crew a omoboy echido ma edi dwumedi ede bro Mr. Raf Jampo no ye TV director or director affairs mekos wo television so na Mr. Raf Jampo na ohwe ye chi akwama edi dwumedi ebro sa so na Mr. Kelvin Asante no ye the executive producer for the show aso boy chidom ye call MCR ekukuda momo ho wo be hu Mr. Emmanuel Neti no hwe sound ma bibia tumi konkan sa so na mini aketwa Abbas in Yobia ne ye den cha man boy pa de usika da ho ye na isika pepepe na wa ma ya twon de enye CCTV camera cha Abbas ye no koy but memo we ni aye den Abbas no I do support man into me beba no yo ono so boy e chidom bi brebre wo MCR ho me ba camera sa ye be hu Francis the free night course or papa me akwa itu kwan me say hey enda you see you Francis so ho ediso or habi saso na mini abaye asisia onche obeye meyere your friend Elizabeth Togo so ha Rafa Daro mo se chenchina obe ma wa lazy mate enti de ateno no Ralph Jampo nunia ana mini aba Elizabeth Togo so asisia come pa na bibia etumi konkan wo so a wo fia wo hwe me wo adwuma mo te kam bibia wo bia wo tie na wo hwe bia wo ni ho aye ni ho enti kaisa hana Ghana kasa hana Ghana ti enti na eden semni na so yede somowa yede broma bibie tumi akonkan na ende bedadwen na me haw yade a Ghana Education Service de abetudwa ade bi koso o my Ghana na yanhwa nka ho asema yehu enema biye obi be bisa se de na komika say Ghana Education Service de press statement de aba na enti ayenya ne se ye senior high schools na make us say headmasters and headmistress ahro no any teachers or ho charge PTA levies bi ho a mudwen ho a wonti ase enya de approved by GS afa district and region kra na de hard bi ni papa ubisa abatan asesi omo ne nkwala na ko school a wuduru ho a yese one to cementa one to broom we a one to we a one to painter one to we a chenchina anche enka no nche ye ko school yenim say more prospectus ye ko dwom ye ko krom na ye ko to ye broom ene mekeka ho ina we de teachers ne say omo obi a ya customize mekasa mi bie phone line sisi a asema ebeba ha no yade a enye fe kra ma ye research on my Ghana nti ye nhwe ma ne nsei achemfo nsɛm a ɔmo ka no sɛ yɛn hwɛ ma ne nsɛ yɛ research Ghana no yɛn mo bi mbegu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama anim ase bi sɛ ɛyɛ free SHS no aba na ɔno wabɛhyɛ mo kena ma yɛn na yɛdi ho adanseɛ sɛ ɛkɔ nti GS a question ɛyɛ schools against unauthorized ɛyɛ PTA levies ɛyɛ adeɛ ha adwene yie papaapa ɛyɛ PTA levies bi a yɛn approve yɛ a ɔmo gye no ha adwene yie nti GS sɛ yɛnka ɛnkyɛ ɛyɛ head teachers na sɛ saa unapprove ɛyɛ PTA levies sika ɔmo gyegye wɔn nkɔfo hɔ a obehwe na yesi for webra yeje 5,000 yeje 3,000 yede to eye mena broom keke yede to cement yede to eye paint ene meka hu in fact ha adwene ye pa nti se wutie mi a we head teacher na once same fi sa ade hu a ade a ye ntwem no ena no kokobɔ na mede baaye na we head teacher a wo beye sa no yebe na emu we hyemu awofo no meka se me bie eye phone line sesi a che wo be hu nipa ebe frɛ any schools dia ebebo wa ha ade ekoso enti GS say yen kan kyerɛ mu se mu nim na mo sha se giska because make say me wo fa ase mienu me pese me bo school ba ko central region ba ko Ashanti region a mo nyina no eche say ye gigi o mo on approve PTA levies bia ye ka say ye ho adwuma e de asemmeba enti yen pese ebobon mo sesem fi ho head teachers no ye tua mo kabo so me yetua mo kabo so me says ya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa mo take charge a school mo hwe bibia ntesa first previous government na wa mama kama no atum muntume nya hwe no wa mo chance bebre be na nche se mo nya ade a ebro so ekwanya head teachers mo fa so agi nkofo sikadi na mo toto niam bi aho hia ade ye kokroma e beto no 1 cedi no na mo toma eye school for ni parents no eye 10 cities denti no say ba ne saa ende eye kasaba ko ameka me pese mesisu biom eda mesensi saa asemi so no na eye ade a mebebo school ni din abo head teacher ni din because eni gwase ekoso no ye nhwe ma ne nsei ye research o man Ghana o man nankasa ye hwa ahokyira ya fam mpanifo ni afam o ma din kofu nya na se aban papa abana yetutu niema yi a mo ha teachers no ho gigi sika enye samoje enya de yebesoso saa niema no so schools bi da mani ma mekasa me bo asembeba enti sesi anu me pese ye kire ne se we head teacher we teacher bia na me pacho wo second cycle institution na wo demand collective various levies under a parent and teachers association ha ye bebo mudin bebo mudin na ye gumani mase nti montwe mo ho emfi ho fi se bibiara ya authorize no eye PTA ni development levy bia no or say etumi fa eye education oversight committee omo district and as a regional director of education efi no so ohun bi but ye ni penfo kasa chese sa na eme na nko so nti yesre head teachers no any teachers na mo fa kwan bi so ejete nkwala ni sika no munjai anya sanche be bie phone lines ma ube ho awofo ebe fra ka ho asem but then me bom koko schools a egu manim nde enkrankro dream ha Ashanti region, Eastern, Central, Western region egu ha sesi a schools a ye kasa ye kan ye kan asem mesi enti ye sremo abata na nkasa omo hu papa mu free SHS and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama abehye mo kena ye mpese mo de mo adwene gigi diska e na school bi da manim ha e na prayer muntie o prayer broom a ye friend broom wotubi teacher ni wotoma parent wotoma no 200 Ghana cedis seden broom prayer na ba kwekura ye didu asom ye ton no dwam enye 15 cedis abu so enye 20 cedis. Why so say mutumi ton broom Emma parent 200 Ghana cedis? Why? Huh? What why you say you will check ho by force 300 Ghana cedis? Bone ben. Ekwanya first and the producer simi nya abotrent here. Chame ye say me babu bodin. Na ya ma wofo na frakasa but na ye mama warning. Head teachers are more yes sir teach you Greater Accra Ashanti Central Eastern Western no you made no koso kesepa school say go and sa regency some months same for her teachers and teachers are more finance acrono so at the jaw for Nisika. GS the statement aba and he says, "I own who can say, wow, Betty Biano, ye babo hey, ye ben nemu a shemu from Endeko, moon change from henceforth, mum sissa, and fisadiano, and yes, Anna from Ocheneko, ye tissa complaints in the Bioma, ye bay mudidi. Free SHS and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Beshe Mekena. Entian ho ma won se no mun se ngu anim asesa. We your last one in Ayedema head teachers. Any teachers are more various second cycle schools no. Me senior high schools no. Nyansa krona mo de bu abusuafo no. Mwenjaya. Ibobo mudi na ye shemu wa ha. Me be sesi a. Ye kwaya asan aba na ye to adwumadi ne so ande accountable series a ekoso de bia ye hu ewo abankesi mu no ende so attorney general ye Dr. Dominic Anyeni nande okodi na nusem ditu adruga ekire Ghana for so far obedi ministry many ministry no so aye yenim say ye ka mrasem a aban mu aye lawyer penia ono no da no ni ocheche mu nsem ekoso for Ghana for person mu hu nsem ekoso o man mu na ende ma osia media ode nsem tu dwa no o ma ye chase say National Food Buffer Stock Company Limited former CEO ode ma company no your friend Mr. Abdul Wahab oni ebimu company no mafa so ebu company bukata omo ye niema bi a wodwen ho a wonti ase ye be kaye wo ho a be chance se Buffer stock for omo de suppliers ka na ba na suppliers nso omo supply na obehu se nkwala na wa wo hwe TV no obehu so no da so no aha ono no da so no we nanim kama pass won fa nsusu no ono no da TV no so no na oma beka ese yen supply na schools no so nuane nkwalai o sa awofo me ametemi awofo nti na o se ye tu America na ye san ko school ho na ye di nuane koma ye mama omo school ho ha adwene ye na sani ana papa we na share ye beka ya ambre bi craft food suppliers a omo di nuane ma Buffer stock ye beka ya be 1 week omo gbeda ho nkran ha dey wo cantonment ye beka ya omo ka so omo nko medidi aye bibia until so omo nsa ka omo sika ni na no na ye say o sika ni na papa we aso abeka say sika ni not knowing say sika ni na no this same man or that television is we Abdul Wahabi ono a also now sika no twiko baby enso na Buffer stock sika egu on account omo send e de mama nkofo school feeding every na papa we Mr. Abdul Wahabi on any collaborators na omo ye busy no omo luti fans egu Buffer stock wo na we ya dia ende Ghana for ye ho adri ye papa wo beka ya papa ye nche na yokofo invite no a ne ho fa ne yi pa na enye ono pe na ebesi esese na sem no mudo te behia ese papa we no mbrani ne bedi na Dominic Anyeni wa church nsemu bosome na odi 28,000 na your friend say ne bosome sika na wife so na odi 5,000 as housewife or the man but ye hwe njapade ne adisika if you Buffer stock account him erera baby a adwene yenkotie Dominic Anyeni doctor ono no ye attorney general yenkotie nensem odi to dwa ende wo accountability series no so yentiemra.
The Buffer stock investigation, which are nicknamed the Rumble in the Jungle, as at March 2020, when we announced the arrest and detention of suspects Kobne Dubohi and his wife Angela Eje Boateng, the Economic and Organized Crime Office had gathered credible intelligence regarding a criminal enterprise that had been operated by the former Chief Executive Officer of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited, Mr. Hanan Abdul Wahab. Initial estimates put the amount of money pilfered by Mr. Abdul Wahab and his collaborators at the time at around 58 million Ghana cedis, far in excess of the 49 million suspected to have been stolen by Mr. Edubohe and his co-accused persons. I call the criminal enterprise operated by Abdul Wahab and his collaborators at Buffer Stock the rumble in the jungle, not only because of the huge amount of money at stake, but because of the fact that while food suppliers were wailing and gnashing their teeth due to failure to pay them for supplies to the Buffer Stock, and while our school kids were being denied nutrition under the school feeding program for lack of funds, Mr. Abdul Wahab and his collaborators were busy lawlessly looting funds meant for the program. That is jungle behavior. The informal meaning of the word rumble is to discover illicit activity or the perpetrator of the illicit activity. Through painstaking investigations, the EOCO discovered this illicit criminal enterprise run by a gang of corrupt, lawless officials at the Buffer Stock Company. On June 25, 2025, the EOCO conducted a coordinated operation based upon their initial investigations, which resulted in the arrest of Mr. Abdul Wahab, former chief executive of Buffer Stock, his wife Faiza Seidu Wuni, and then James Atieku, the Buffer Stock manager for the northern sector, who was based in Tamale. The operation also led to the arrest of Emmanuel Atta, head of corporate affairs of NAFCO. The arrest followed initial intelligence and assessment by EOCO, who suggested that while serving as CEO of Buffer Stock between 2017 and 2024, Mr. Abdul Wahab colluded with his wife, Faiza Seidu Wuni, Richard Sam, head of finance, Bismarck Ousu Boache, finance department, and Emmanuel Atta, corporate affairs manager, and others to create an elaborate criminal enterprise that was used to steal and launder public funds from the Buffer Stock Company. Within the period between 2017 and 2024, Mr. Abdul Wahab, in concert with Richard Sam Asante and Bismarck Ousu Boache, orchestrated a transfer of 78,269,084 Ghana cedis and 4 pesos from the bank accounts of Buffer Stock Company to a private company linked to Hanan Abdul Wahab, his wife, and staff of Buffer Stock at Republic Bank and EcoBank. Evidence shows that the funds were instantly retransferred to companies owned by Abdul Wahab himself, and companies and entities owned and associated with him and his wife.
Ora Abdul Wahab, no ya former CEO de ma Buffer Stock Company. Ono na yati ni dwumedia wedi no. Former CEO de ma National Food and Buffer Stock Company. Na money laundry transfers bia waye e bi na Attorney General Dr. Anyeni oka ho asem no. Se wo hwa wa ha Sultina Enterprise to Hanan Abdul Wahab. 16,179,137.25. No first one Sultina Enterprise to Hanan Abdul Wahab. Second one Sultina Enterprise to Al Qani Enterprise. No so 23,913,964.90. Ono so moye ansana Sultina Enterprise to Far Hausa Enterprise. No so 500,000 Ghana cedis. Sasuna Sultina Enterprise to Chain Homes Ghana Limited. No see 55,000 Ghana cedis. Nti we na total near the bar 40,493,102.15 Ghana cedis. Na ni na no to me ta transfer you. Ni na no Sultina Enterprise ya no ma sa individual company si. Nti money laundry transfers are the former CEO of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company or to me na ye ko ye ni ma ye behwe properties a wa kwai ma wa fa kwambon so a no so wa kwai nti ono na make come name no 5-bedroom house a Chain Homes 1 million and I back answer 1.6 million 1,625,000 US dollars. $1,625,000 25 US dollars. Inti we sika no so transfer the ma chain homes out to dine 5-bedroom house. Yes, and the no boarding pa and easy. So na 3-bedroom house no so a work cantonment no so a 600 $600,000 $600,000 and also autono a cantonment plot of land or airport development no so $750,000 dollars and see no so no now our 17-bedroom no so hotel no so Guamani Tamale on see $250,000 our 4-bedroom bungalow no so what Jowulu Accra here on see 4,142 451 Ghana cedis into the tenno wa purchase 0.32 acres of government land no so 307,200 no so otumi toye no so government land we na na beji into ora Abdul Wahabi on any collaborators no adwumadi omudie di oman Ghana no adwene because we share markos wo buffer stock de bia na suppliers isu ebeka ya mbribi crowd on beda office wo e wo cantonment echi on beda ho esifufu be 3 days na no mo ho school feeding na esi ya short aduane school SHS omunua na short na papa ebisa na osiskeni o no boa no transfer sika almost 80 million no a transfer fee buffer stock account him no the akone personal account him ono na wo hwa Sortina Enterprise odidi sa adwumadi bebre na nkasa na we yina no ono ne yire na di sa adwuma no ono no na bosomi sika ogene 28,000 Ghana cedis 28,000 edema no aspenia or the buffer stock no na year so a housewife and so na sisika edema no 5,000 Ghana cedis na we entirely nice mon san fa ne picture nto TV no so na yenhwe no ma sesi Ghana ne yemfa nim emfa mo enka yemfa njeje nipa nice man say Abbas fan nanim to TV no so mo hwe no wo we ncho kopa MPD o na ebo no Chesika na bi no de kopa MPD enti papa we dwumadi a wedi no de bia na nkofo obi de na bro obi de na banche obi de na baayɛ na makwaje yentua ne ka not so insɛ sika ho no de ye ne ho ye ohun ejapade a wetumi akwai wetobi o chain homes watobi o cantonment airport development saa so na okotamala bi ho Jowulu ansana government land 0.32 acres easy nti we nyina na yade a papa we di o my Ghana ewu magana ehwehwe yin se aban lawyer penny ubetum negina mbrenim sikan baby abi wono mfamra oso ne aban kohyeso ono nkonhye de bia mekasa asemi Ghana fu bebro no omudi nkomo a omo se kwan a ATS MPP aban be di yesika no omo hwe anim se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama betumi achichi ni pay na wajiska na maye. Say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama chini pay diska na maye. Na de ye dwumedi bu organ ha ye. Because why be pen wanya hwe kra ma ya 4 years. Because in 4 years ye ni dwumedi obedi mo my Ghana. Schools are schools, health centers are health centers, roads are roads. And this says and baby MPP etumi ne omo appointee say wie ye sika akono. Yetumi ye sika na yebetumi aye niam bebre de abo man Ghana enti Mr. Abdul Wahab former CEO Dema National Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited a ripa wo de di o man Ghana eno na yeso ye hu no na yetwa yensem no so Attorney General so anso kan the financial scale of NSA NSA meka national service omo sika sem how no so sika no bi kwahye baby ni meka ho ade a ha adwene ye papa Auditor General report forensic auditor no so ba say make say 2.2 billion Ghana cedis now no so atoma ye hu baby afa but ono so on be gift your warren and on the fiscal.
Gentlemen, prosecutions have commenced in the SkyTrain and National Service scandals. In the case of the latter, we have filed charges against the former Chief Executive, Executive Director, Osea Sibe Entry, and his deputy, Gifty Owari. Charges are being prepared against the rest of the public officers and the so-called marketplace vendors. In all, we intend to file about 10 cases in the NSA scandal and will use some of the public officers and vendors as prosecution witnesses. Now, this is a strategy that is working very well for us, and we intend to continue to use that strategy. In a situation where there is a small criminal among big criminals, and the small criminal knows a lot, it is better as a matter of prosecutorial strategy to use a small criminal to get the information in order to be able to succeed, and that is what I'm doing. Also, I wish to announce that the Auditor General has conducted a forensic audit into the NSA, the National Service scandal, and the total amount of money stolen or illegally spent now stands at 2.2 billion, and not the 548 million that was uncovered by my investigators as at June 2025. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I have here a copy of the Auditor General's report. Again, painstaking investigation is very important in criminal matters. And so, based upon what the Auditor General has done, and this is a forensic audit, okay? Forensic audit means that they've gone beyond what ordinary, auditing would have done. And so, we are going to, based upon this, in some cases, change the charge, amend our charge sheets in order to bring fresh charges.
Inti Auditor General Dr. Dominic Anyeni na yete nka ode ensem no achechire mu no NSA ono so scandal akoso ho sika room ho na no odinye papa da so chire mu ema ye hu dripper ye import equipment de buy 190 pieces of equipment importable mine mo drip no initiative no. When him say a clear paying, I ain't the due taxes no. No so ya dia a hard ye papa no we at me who say 38.3 million Ghana cedis. A tax case involve sa drip machine. No so ye whom a course of cra. Yen show no sombra.
Examine the invoices of payments. It was $178 million that was paid. So right away there was a difference of $2 million. So we asked that $2 million be paid back by JA Plant Pool. We also realized that 190 pieces of equipment were added and cleared without payment of tax. In other words, they were added to the list as if they were tax exempt. I asked the investigators to go back, look at the HS code, and for those of you, HS code is a harmonized code that the customs officers use to determine the classification and taxes applicable to goods. When they did the analysis following the HS code, it came out that 38.7 million Ghana cedis of taxes were evaded. So in respect of the two sums, that is a $2 million, JH Plant Pool has been asked, we have made a demand on them to pay that money. Then when it comes to the taxes, we have asked GRA, because under the tax laws, it is GRA that can make a demand for the payment of the taxes. So we've asked that GRA should make a demand for the 38.7 million. Now that is our investigators' assessment. GRA may come out with a different figure because they are the tax experts. So our investigators' figure may be confirmed or even adjusted upwards depending on what the GRA says. Now, when it comes to the issue of over-invoicing, we noticed that they were over-invoiced by between, that is the equipment, the drip equipment were over-invoiced by between 100 to 300%. All right, so I give you an example. One piece of equipment which costs $40,000, the government paid $84,000 for that equipment. That is over 110%. And so we are now diligently looking through all the equipment, and you can imagine that the equipment for all the districts, there were, hundreds of pieces of equipment. So we are going through each one of them because we are looking at a criminal investigation, and in criminal law, charges must be specific. If you miss the element of specificity, your case will be thrown out. And that is why I keep urging Ghanaians to be patient, because we need diligent investigation so that when I send a case to court, we don't have any doubt that criminality has occurred.
Auditor General Dr. Dominic Anyeni na yetin nkano ene accountable series no this adwumadi na tuja also Ghana for mutia ora no enyade a omodwuma bawie ora no di dwuma papa we investigation omo yafa drip ho a we chese omo ye adwuma uchi nsem o kan afa je plant pool ho a omo overpay omo tua $2 million a na contract no kra no chese enkase yi no ho ti tua sika no mabroe contract sam nanka say $176 million and so we share invoice na it shows say $178 million na yetua momo yentie doctor mo kan fa asade no ho JA plant proof no.
Never an incompetent lawyer in private practice. I don't want to be an incompetent lawyer in public service. So I want us to take our time to do the kind of work that I'm announcing today. And I want to also let you know that I'm under no pressure from any quarters to cut any deals. Mr. President, who is my boss, has never put pressure on me. On the contrary, when I brief him, he gives me his blessing. He doesn't even express an opinion one way or the other. He says, Dominic, I've heard you. All right? The chief of staff has never put pressure on me to cut a deal with anybody. The secretary to the president, Dr. Kalisus Mahama, has never put pressure on me. On the contrary, he encourages me. He says the work is stressful, but I should keep on. The legal counsel to the president, my former boss, has never put pressure on me to cut any deal. Offers have been made, and I have turned all of them down. I have told everybody, please go to the court. If you want a plea deal, I'm filing cases. In the Wuntumi case, offers were made to us for a plea deal. I said, no, I'm filing charges. If you want, announce your intention for a plea deal to the judge. That is now my strategy. The MPP took advantage of my saying that I'm open to to having plea deals to say, okay, that I was busy cutting deals in the office. No deal has been cut, and no deal will be cut except under the auspices of the court of competent jurisdiction. That is what I have decided, and that is what we are going to do, going forward. Lastly, we have frozen all the assets of Anan that I have listed, including a 10 million Ghana cedis fixed deposit account at Republic Bank, Labone branch. That is the liquid assets. They also, had a lot of bags. I didn't want to list them. The wife has over 61 luxury bags. All right, name them. He himself was buying watches, some costing as much as 1.5 million Ghana cedis and so on. We have taken note of all of them, and so we've done the freezing, including those of the vehicles. So on account of the foregoing, we have decided to charge Mr. Hanan Abdul Wahab and his wife, Faiza Seydou Wuni, with stealing, conspiracy to steal, causing financial loss to the state, using public office for profit, obtaining public property by false statements, and money laundering. The charges will be filed on Friday, and I have the charge sheet, the draft charge sheet, which I am reviewing here for everybody to see, so that nobody goes to say that I have indicted somebody and I don't have charges. I have my charges ready. From now onwards, when we are announcing the conclusion of investigations, we are either contemporaneously filing charges or we are filing them immediately thereafter. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. I hope that Ghanaians will bear with us to do an excellent job for this republic. The oral will work. Forget about those who are paying bloggers to blog that oral is failing. Oral is on course and will work for the good of the people of this country. We will exact accountability to the extent justifiable by law. As I said, I will not do anything outside the law for political expediency reasons. I won't. So God bless all of you.
Enti Dominic Anyeni, doctor, on a can minister in charge of Attorney General and Justice, Anona Yete, and also Nenkano. Yanko Parliament and on the floor of Parliament, Majority Leader, Honorable Mahama Yarga, or the Tuja now or chair so far achievement of NHIS, which health insurance, Juvedio Medi for the past 9 months. Yanko Kuti some of the Tuja Nebi.
Mr. Speaker, the NHIA has paid a total of $2 2.84 billion Ghana cedis in claims to accredited healthcare providers across the country. This represents the most consistent payment trend since the scheme's inception. The NDC are the best implementers of social intervention schemes. As I address you, there are no arrears outstanding. Claim payments are now up to date, with reimbursements made monthly. A marked improvement from previous years when payments delayed for several months. This improvement has restored confidence among healthcare providers, stabilized service delivery, and enhanced the scheme's credibility across all regions. Additionally, the uncapping of the NHI by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has released an additional 3.4 billion Ghana cedis to the NHI, marking a historic fiscal breakthrough that secures sustainable funding for timely claims payment, expansion of coverage, and implementation of flagship reforms such as free primary health care and Mahama Cares. So far, so excellent. Mr. Speaker, the health insurance scheme is on track to reach an unprecedented 20 million active members by end of year 2025. So far, so excellent. Our hospitals and health facilities are being well funded, and Mr. Speaker, I can only say good things will happen to this country.
Honorable Mahama Yerga, Member of Parliament, Maboko Central, sounds like a majority leader on the two. So far, 9 months. Abayi acquire NHI for a year, Juma, on my achievement so far, and then the church on the floor of Parliament and Dra. Now, Ubia Bodgesro. Medical Casaba, Papa, Inti, Muma Yem Peneno, Nayam Nayamboa, Nebibian to Minkonka, Nebibia, and Shay. Baby Adria de Apomode Hong Common Air de Brona, if you pass specialist Herbal Hospital, and me Ankasa I can testify. Na me to me I catch us a power specialist Herbal Hospital for Jumedio Mudine Bradre and so where your friend Jerry Kajiri for male vitality, memano, obi a hotundum, and yes, I may bore me no cre, and who dinner before Munya be a beboapa, maybe be it to me a conkai. Sasuna Heberton way so on the way Yaronia Binuma, a boosting immune system no kuti or yara ruina, and also a bit to me abo kama. Me pacho way your friend SK, a do aya SK, no swing be a boil stomach upset, we boom, ye mayana near Manquay, when ye be a bit to me abo papa. Aha, way stobonewa. Cough care, when it be away a storm, open cough mixtures are ruina, when you be no ma a bebo yepa. When and saying malaria be a chair me, na malaria no person or a storm, me nom a chilled water, malaria and ham yepa, me bobiana drena. I did change that malaria and apple baby. Going to catch a doctor say, Tidru baby or mamma India dance here because we so I be papa amame. And 70 now a doctor no, and doc, over to you.
Abusia Yamwakwa Power Time Bre Aso Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Yadin Chef ya Dr. Penya or the hospital doctor. Akosia Edu Aya what the Bobby be a baby algebra na Oshe Power Time. There be a similar canyon sad and CD Papa and Crawford for power who TV so radio so internet name Yahodono won't super card and CD for no be Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Dodona Fay and last stop. You Kumasi one crime. And I water cry. The Kumasi of Yase. Yeni Jasper Flint Station di enhwɛ mu wɔ Aputoja Contrasa kwan so Lake Road ana yɛwɔ Accra wɔ Kwabenya ACP kwan Cerebral Factory no edi enhwɛ mu na fe takra de wɔ Anaje Estate Customs Road yɛne single washing bin no so edi enhwɛ mu numbers no ayɛ miɛnsa famu bia ne frɛ wo fra branch na ɛbɛn no ne ama direction aba hɔ na wabɛgye wayaresa numbers no yɛ 0555 79 7878 0200 38 3831 and 0244 54 4422 Monday to Saturdays any day Sunday pe any day juma even holidays juma oh yeah branches in you to be a kobia ya de bia titu bia wodo ya de no achinchini wa bre sese wa bamu abu eye so ya de we de no an de ko wo mu amsro ba bi esesa do ani che ba ko pe eye Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumase Enkran anase eye Takrade wo ba lab papa bi a wo hia se ma ye no be ye di mfiri be hwehwe mu so hia se ma wo scan so hia se ma wo x-ray bibi biara sese ma wo ye na ye hu de ekoso nipadwe no mu ne be ye ansa ne de drug count da bia me kasa ye treat just symptoms nya so ka sa oti o ya pani amu odro dabi ye be hwe niema ahodo a betim di tipae no aba obi tipae no ne de ya malaria obi tipae ya typhoid obi tipae ni moja ni sugar anasa ni BP no ekosorodo intira ma ni tipae no obi wa ni moja na so ate sabi obi de severe constipation ayam timbet ma otipae ano odin ti so ka sa otipae wa ye be hwe sa ne ma ni nyina na ye hu ade pote pa ma otipae wo ye takoda course no tu ade no ase nyame adom ye ho ye manage ade ye nkase ade we de ye sososo ye manage dabi ye ho ye sai ade etu ase enti de fa ye last stop baby ye de na kodo bia no Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumase Enkran na fe eye Takrade o hwe power time what test hepatitis B positive say you kunu say you yere say you ba say you nua bi enkrofo kan sembebre efa yare we hu enti so bi contest positive a na eye ne se na wie ya no na eye ne se da bla kina nko a obewu eye ne se on kan nipa ho se nti so no an kasa na busua se ye ne ma se ye ni papa se ne family no etimi ni bo ma no ni spoon o de be didi ne cup o be yusu ye yima no se nti se wo mu se yade be dey e be sa wo mo abusua so test hepatitis B positive no obi aka cho se yade na esi eni adura Power Specialist Herbal Hospital any hospital ba ko pe aye wadansidie ye woni pa betimi adi adanse with report before and after treatment tresa ampa nyame adom yetimi sa yade we etu ase firi mogya mo tie niye pa yanka no ya no sa keke yoni wo mo mudi adanse TV so radio so internet ane emia hodo awoda hodo agine Ghana ene amano no edoso etimi so hepatitis B die baby abenya yarosa ba ko pe eye Power Specialist Herbal Hospital oba ebe ye profile na confirm say ampa ya reda wo kan ewo ho oba ye liver function test oba ye viral load count wan kasa bo hu na modo do wo mogya no emu onuma do no kwa ni mu kakra be sa mo aye biem bo hu be so atia kodu na ma wani da so ahye unkran se ba bi aba no wa the right place nyame ya do so koye viral biem ba na say negative a yemfa no sa keke ye be san aye profile na confirm say ampa emo na ba kokwa gide enu mogyam enti ye kase treat hepatitis B ema ne ko negative a baby e be kwakoye lab bia no aye negative unya ne baby a just a Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumase Enkran na fe eye Takrade what dey no aye fatty liver and aye how aye liver enlargement aye liver cirrhosis obrabo no aye srade da ho se twom obrabo no ahonhono aye kase obrabo no aye dendenden ama wo yafunu aye den wo yafunu aye kase ebo nka ye se wo liver no e wo severe problem uhia eduaya liver care we eye liver duro eye pure herbal aya sono so aye ni ye Food and Drugs Authority register aja tum di amayen wunya eduaya liver care ni bia say ye fatty liver say ye liver enlargement say ye liver cirrhosis ebe tuase ebe heal liver na amount we dikitu abi na yafuna shara aye kutu misraw uhia eduaya liver care na aboa asisi liver no aye ne foforo odi no aye kidney stones ana kidney cells ama severe waist pain usisi achi lower back ho aye wo ya ahyehew wo ho sa nan sa onase nyina ahase tatai misraw emfa kidneys eni agro bra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital ye be hwe ama woduro kama obaye lab obaye scan ne ahwe sa de site ne ahwe ne ma de sa hawre baaye ne atako the course na tuade no ase e de amaw wo ye bema tieniye ojonso asema hase eye basabasa da bia meka se emema ye haw kase pa mu baako eye jonso ho nsam ya na wa ya se ayiri se ten eye wo ya send se Johnson ntimi ma wo chema ansa na Johnson aba ne bema no ya wo ya ehyehew wo Johnson wi otin kasa Johnson bi akam wo Johnson wi ne moja di akire obi kwa de aba ni nyina ye moja nko a mesraw emfa ndi agro ebetima ye prostate ebetima your bladder that is cystitis ebetima your kidneys ebia your ureter na so urethra ebia your untreated infection bi say gonorrhea na syphilis bi anya ne baby atwam no afa na sunsun sanso no aba entena hom yamfa catheter nkɔhye obemam eduru saa point ne dia there's a niema ya kachi enei a onim so wo saa asem to so nim nyina no Tumirika Fabra Power Specialist Hospital enya Johnson tentem bia na ye diabetes dabi ebia baby before fro ebetima your blood as say medical betima your prostate betima niema wo fro bebre ye no nti na wo ba ye nya brehwehwe nipadua ne mu eye wo lab edi fidehwe mu ye wo scan ne hu de ekoso nipadua ne mu Mr. Tumirika Bra Power Specialist Hospital o de na ye ulcer ana e haw ulcer yade ba ko tete ni papi ne betimi atete nkwana nyina se wo anya du papa antriti a ulcer ne betimi ama wani nye ekom de wo ayam ye oya de ne toye ma ye oya ya na obofono obi kura timi fe ulcer ayekro oyefuni ana ahye na yekutu gastritis ulcer ne symptoms no ebi eno no obo no ha nyina ye oya de kopie wa chutanya heartburns ya na wachika sani mu ya oya etutu ahyehyew wudi dia na adwane jejabo indigestion onsa no timi atitiriti Mr. Tumirika Bra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumasi Enkrine Nafi Ayeta Krade number 0555 797878 0200 383831 and 0244 544422 to so you'll be our ulcer we here a dry SK that is stomach care a crop be away from no say a duodenal ulcer say a peptic ulcer we a dry SK nibia a babuano to say I didn't say at the amount ya now cocoa a yaw yat and day obawa serious obawa na we are who I am moja umu wa kuma to be say shim oh me a sro kwa Mr. here a dry cough care heba mixture your friend chesty cough bibi biara e wo chest ho say ya wo land say ya wo heart say ya wo na wo ba wa moja ifri mo ba ni nyina mu no unya sa do bia beboa na atuade no ase ede amount wo ye bema ne ma nkoye ema awompam misraw da bia me ka say bema no ka say bia anim eyentini ani moja se ntini no musisi na moja no entimi nkogina mu a ye no de sa problem no eba no wo hia jiri ka jiri haba mixture eye me vitality ebeboa ama wanima timi abanyam ne so nya ye hebaten heba mixture immune system booster ne de kan ho de a just say wa wie ba bia wu ade ama yade bia how bia Mr. Tumirika Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Kumasi Enkrine Nafi Ayeta Kwade malaria de ene ne champion pa ani we aya malamis ba bia da bia plus bia da bia so what test positive nko ade a ya na onum yo nyonyo aposo nyina yo mre wa ye hojo wutumi yahye uti powder den we hia aya malamis Herbal mixture kompo ehye omunim go ta yemfa se kanka be mo do be na ni nyina ware fa mo pa wo sama ware makono raw for 12 months enya moa na mayem se munya ngwe na se 12 months awo no maya eye problem betimi afi oba betimi afi be ma no mema be low sperm count bo ho be semen analysis no na sperm ba kokra na oni bi enso sa awo ne ba man ne depression atuo mo so yade bia ha mo bia mo bia no nyina mmra na ye hwe be bia problem no wo se free oba na be ma no ye beboa ama power baby senya na organa no muso bia so so pampam bone wo anum halitosis bad breath and mukankan ayade ba ko a ayenim guase ade mesro ebetime free utim betime free wo sen enam no ebia de na wo hwinum sinusitis ebetime de sa ha no abro oba power beboa wo ya diabetic o hwe so ntritini ye betime de scent aba wonum wo severe liver problem betime aba wo soro de pampam bone baba wonum tina aba behwe sa ne mani nyina ne hu the course of symptoms no nyata ka the course no ya re bia ha bia ukotodwe ho ana ho no yesinsuo ginam na wakotwe na asan ho no wo ba be kyekere ama 2-3 times ni nyina betwe ama na wanya hoden e de akọ adwuma so ya no etitiriti wo yedudu wo ba na ohia se ma wo ye massage ai be ye okama ama ntinimo bia blood circulation be take place ama ho atimi atọ ya de bia tetu bia no Fabra Power Specialist Herbal Hospital ye wo Kumasi ya won crime ena ya water crowd Kumasi o fe yase ye ni Jasper Filling Station di enhwani mu wo aputoja contrast kwan ne so Lake Road ena ye wo Accra wo Kwabenya ACP kwan so ne block factory no edi enhwani na fe takrade ye wo Anaje Estate Customs Road ye ni single washing bay no edi enhwani mu frey 0555 797878 0200 3831 and 0244 54 4422. Monday to Saturdays, any day, Juma. Sunday, Penny, Juma. Even holidays, a Juma, or your branches in them. You don't say, Rebbe Algebra, now Osha Power Time. Yamia Damadas and a Sabre, so Edia Pomdihon Samno, Ebebro.
Okay, Mamma Doctor on here say power specialist about hospital no fibaya or the encommon home no at the brain. Omundro Nana or drama so we'll call herbal on the pharmacies out to up to Ghana for Naina or call so per power and Runibi. Kai said Kumasi Fayase Lake Bosom Tree Road, opposite Jesbro filling station will be home more Takradi Anaji Estate. Aha, Omobe Anaji Primary School, no so will be home and Sana and Krahaso the Pokuasi ACP, a quine swa, no so will be home Power Specialist Herbal Hospital, Omo Junction ho. Na what to me aquati wire into the eternal. Maybe I dream my entire home bra yaba yet to adumedian so me basia.
Hi, I'm pleased to introduce to you Cancer Mixture, a herbal mixture for arthritic pain. Arthritis,
It's me.
Cancer Mixture, no Cancer Mixture, no Cancer Mixture. Yerba Biana Nuduo, Moria, or arthritis. Cancer mixture, obey your juma when you put it inside. I'm a pace in the grand. And if you did dinner, menu on your map, you for your button, a woman, one menu. First, baby, I'm from one Sanka, Senior Susan, Boliviara, home doctor, and I report for FDA Med Safety App Nodo.
And Katui, FDA App Nodo.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the N1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Oh, Mr. Entry, also Yaria Titi be Benfipi, now so Niamun Yonoda, Semicho, no Hudra Mata Minushia, Ebeyan Mama.
Meaning, say, what are also time for Haxa capsules, any Haxa mixture, Yanum Kutia or Sanubia Mano Anum, and can what on Dada, also Drodi, and one Haxa capsules, any Haxa mixture.
And come Lynchemu.
Also, Yakura, a toy funo, any and Sunumu, Etuma, Wayafuno Ekikawa, with the one any, was it to me, Emma Wayachako, Ebra Wedidi, Erie. Somehow, I also there, compare Haxa capsules, any Haxa mixture, Nanum Bum, now Abato.
Pedro, ko Okanshi Drug Lane, Kumasi Dani Hebal, Takradi AA Mensa, Anafre 020-3822-855. Appeal for about Tanya Wama on more friend for any more flower when you feed them, you know, and come. Haxa capsules, and in a mixture.
Also, time for FDA Aji Edwedian Kratui Atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. It's a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Na ebwa woni pedua ma etena ho yi nanso woni mi say niema a yedi na yenom timi ma brebo ye adwumaden sen pote me hunda me brebo ye adwuma pa e bia se me ntumi ye bibi bo me brebo
ani and waiting on what the lift it from the Moses Clinic we have asked him to have herbal food supplements. We see the barber ama a year juma ye.
Ah, eh, juma.
Fatopa yenu, and a panya numre. Na a broma berbo ye juma ye. Send a beya, and bits me yam a jania woody, a sissy ni pejanimo, a yimu fancy.
And no, I'm a verbo Ubenya Life Kit or pharmacy, herbal shops, and supermarkets are a bell. So what do those way to up? Fresh 0244 068447. Life Kit, one bread war, one nipedia. A dream any mapping for a ma emma or man for, make a more for our 1 year in fear to me. FDIG JD Kratui Atum.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your world's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Ga West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Mesamo akwa babiom the TVXYZ so wa wo hwe me wo TVXYZ so wa utie power 97.9 FM. Baby Adri ye no ko Divine Hope Herbal Center. Omo no mo ye otwea herbal powder. Mami fa ba country na otwea ne ye kama papa be ma mo gina pem usisi na ye o ya koko how ni na wonye otwea herba ebetumi abo pa. Manum bi nti koko how a pebi usisi so na ye o ya be ma ne oba otwea herba powder. Doc yenko yin.
Me da say me nia me fanche mo den ema woni wo hwefo ni watiefo nyina awie yi em say omo de to me so come to for na to me so nti me TV so live I was your phone come on e di ketua bi afa ye draw your friend say otwea herbal powder no ho we ni abibidro kroje abibia afremu na ye nom no na eye adwuma kama ama ye nipadua no se bi mika say otwea herbal powder ye di nua hini enua bena enkohina hodo eni nua ne dura hodo na aye aduru no na ye duro se ohwe a eye one in kind Ghana ha obi anya bibiduro se a eye powder se yegu na yimu ye se otwea pe na eye adwuma ye we eye one dosage ba ko pese wote ano a na wa pensu hye kakra bi sa na wa hwie gum na wo de atre num na wa bɔ no gona ba ko anopa ba ko anwumre na ekoni pedie no ho na dance ne wo na we TV no ye won box say na tie e wo mako 50 abusuan nkyemfa oto anasi table ne so anopa wo twa wuti a mesoro na de bi agum no wanom na panin so de bi agum na wanom ade a empe ene sugar anase milk na chi wade nyina no asa na mmom se onum koni pedie no ma enchiri se obedi sugar ana obedi milk ndi enchiri afi enchi se obedi no aduro bi ana obedi aduane bi anase bi mpo se wonim nsa no ma enchiri nsa na aha na danse ne won wa usisi ya wo ya uwo sisi ya de ano odene na abaye chronic mika se aye kwankro wa ye no bebrebe enko ene wo sisi ne achim sugar achia eye wo ya ukura poma ansampon wotimi anante ye so wonsa empenisi ya nkoto aye na na so wo da na aye asem woti ho na asori sisi ya na bekumi adwo so mu ansa na wotimi asori wo sa nipa na onnom adura ye friend say otwea herbal powder woti guns wo shim that num sa na obo guna nyame to mintina ya we na eko afi wa koko na hawo koko nti de biara da wo yem bom se de nsuom na no afi wani ya wo hene de bia na wo posa wa ya mene wani no ade wo kira unhu ne ye ebe nso na etobum mesro hwe na mefra wani de bia ta crash waso mene mpo de obi di matches ti no wo di wom sa kro de bia waso mi ya wo hene ye nuano ma no de biara da no watwi pons mesro nanim physical wonsi ada because anima ye black cocoa ninti sani pan na nom otwea herbal powder uja wonan na moja wom okobono na atwea ba na eye wo ya efi otutintin be say mesro ne wo hia ne otwea herbal powder na onum na cocoa na ehia na wo gina branding obi ada BP dose over 10-15 years every day bia onum adro sai awe ne nko mesro wo sani pan me nkase ja adro bia nom na wo onum no nom otwea herbal powder ka ho anopa baako anwumre baako na obi pini eba normal obi stroke akana to form ne fa adwojo ontime nante okura poma ne kasa akra emme yie wo sa nipa no to adura your friend say otwea herbal powder odama na wo pensu ohie kakra bi na wo de agumanum no anom baako anopa baako anwumre na yen hwa ahoden sonko ebe ni padua no mu ma ho ache stroke for de ache paye 2 months wo da fo mpa nyame tuminti na wasori na wanante na wona yesisi ade ni kokondie ma ho na otwe na otwe mienu nyame tuminti na yawe ne ko na wa na dwo wonya baifo nso wontimi nna sanse wana wa bia pia bontin be jonso wa junso ama de ache mesre wo sa nipa na ono motwa herbal powder ye junso twa no titu ni ma no ye nkara no bonse pressure ni wom sajon so de wona opia na onua ba di wachi me ye frame kofi nkorabo ne semunti o twe pipe nsa na hwewiem o de bespeli within KOFI ba na opia ko wiem na se de trase abadu na se e ka kira wo se o junso twa na hawa bam pressure na wo mu no ano adwo ba ono mo twa no na asansiesie no na ma hoden sonko wo na wo se no eno ye ma yen kwhye roba na mbo so kwhye roba kura nya metimenti na ayi na hoden sonko aba obi tu ase twe no eba ne nantu yesi wanya sciatica oye labs ko clinic onum obi adura wanom so sia obenya polytank mienu na enso de yare ne tia ne tie de bia da kwa na ehye ni nkwan koso num ne be yi misro koso num mayaresa sabi otwea herbal powder na so woto anom yade bi nti wanom aduro we sa abosome unhunu hwe janom se penisi se duro beji wa ya atrema yempo eye aduro ne yare bi nti na menum aduro we ya mentimi num to 3 months because aduro efono edo ekotrimu na wo de aduro back watena ho over 4 years de bia kwa na ehye nkom beye me paacho enye ye jai eni akire nkowu nesesa wonsa sabi so krom kwan wa obi de wase ebia na wosesa wonsa ntem a enka wanya yaresa na num otwea herbal powder nyame to minti na wanya yaresa na me say mema no muntie abrantie na 40 years me say is am age mate na owura dwae na ro no ho na otue su o ne pen drive na ho na ene ne bucket wade na ayepe endu tuo gegimpo mesra asakra che virus ana atwe wuram aye lengelenge aye fia aye se straw aye se cleona asamo mo asase ene tua honom na ne wura ho tinza sikra ohunu sani panom otwea herbal powder nyame tuminti na asan woro na ba tie ni ye bema no muntie ni aha no me yedu enye be ma kase yeduro me pa chawo tie ye nibi ade entimi nya no se atwe wuram ane edeba no mo say natural no alengelenge yankoto otwea herbal powder no se no se ma ebe kase ande ye nyame anfa no ama ye ni atwe wuram ni sai pa ne pusi ba na hoɔde asa abɛgyinam na watumi apempem de akɔ w'anim na no mebɛyi na metie radio baako ai sɛ ɔdo bloni ne sɛ wabloni na wa kaka he bɛma bi a wɔga na hanom ɛyɛ anim ma asɛm yɛ he wopo mpo nim yɛ wode asie na bɛma so mameka no kora nkyerɛ wo bɛma ne si mu ɔden onim ma asɛm yɛ ti bɛma konkɔnsani a wɔsɛ akɔ bɛma wo na nka nkɔpɛ de adeɛ deɛ na bɛma nkɔpɛ ɔno sisi no ayɛ mmerɛ na yɛde kora wɔntimi nyɛ enti ma asɛm no wɔgyae by force ɛno atua no na sɛ ɔho ɔden deɛ a woboa sɛ ɔho ɔden a na mameka no kora nkyerɛ wo ɛma ho akɔnɔ nanom gyina isi lego mɛkwa no ɛma yɛtwam makan sɛ mehu deɛ menyi mekɔ yi deɛ hene no so sisi mu ɔden nkwa deɛ a woboa bɛma hia mmienu pɛ sisie ɛne sika wonya no wie a wɔwie na timi pempem kɔ w'anim na wobɛtumi apem akɔ w'anim a sɛ sisie no aha no hia no ɛyɛ adwuma enti pɛ ɔtwea hɛba powder akyira kwan na no bi nya ahoɔden woatwerɛ ha na wopɛ bi atɔtie ne yie mesrɛ Black Husband FM yɛwɔ cycle yɛbɛnya bi atɔ wɔ hɔ La Paz Angel TV Angel FM Madina Rex Junction Queen Bubone ɛhɔ no wɔ sɛ wowɔ ahyɛaman a House of Drugs Presby Junction mɛpakyɛw sɛ wowɔ ɛfrɛ ne sɛ Okashi Drug Lane Didi Heba ebi ɛwɔ hɔ PK Gombila ɛwɔ Tamale Kumase hɔ ne yɛfiri nti baabi anya bia wonam anya bi tɔ afei bia wonam bia sɛ mepɛ ɔtwea Heba powder onya bi tɔ Kofori dia yɛ Gapson Pharmacy o to tattoo hɔ no ma ɛna sɛ wɔ takwa so a Owas ɛne Finland Chemist deɛ antimata kade gyan ko hɔ no ma bɛnya bi atɔ Cap Heba ɛwɔ Sunyane Dr. Clement ɛwɔ Brekum baabi a wonam bia wo sɛ mepɛ ɔtwea Heba powder ne bi atɔ no makɔnom na wonya yaresa na mesrɛ me nua no ma no munti asɛm wei ɔba bi a wɔ menstrual problem ɔmɛsis no ɛmɛ yie ɛba na ateko 2 days na atwa air traffic light ɛso na adum yie ɛso mesrɛ ma ne nso num ɛba wayase yɛ wo ya ɛba ani tum wo saa ɔba no to ɔtwea Heba powder tie fa yɛ numbers no ne frɛ yɛn ne busa yɛ deɛ nkyerɛ wo ɛno yɛ 0591 56 55 57 0591 56 55 57 0550 63 90 37 0550 63 90 37 afei ɔba tie ɔba wa gidi sɛ okwan no fa kyɛ me ayɛ kɛse emu abie nso bi wɔ hɔ enka bi gu ayɛ potholes a wotɔ ɔtwea Heba powder pa anka twade amiensa na menkyɛ wo deɛ fa yɛ no na maame waware wɔ kunu wanhwɛ yi a sɛ nyɛ mmara na ha Ghana fo mɛma enkwala na aba nanse no ɔmɔde o na mmeranti ti sɛ wanhwɛ yi school fo nkwala na ɛma kwan ba fie no ɔmbɛgye wo kuna firi wo nsɛm bɛma mpani sɛ bɛma bɛdi dɛ amedi ayase kom ti sɛ wanya wo fie yi a obɛdi abontene enti bo hu sɛ ukunu ɛwɔ sika wato iPhone ama akora 21 years na wankasa ukura pele hello kura wonti ne yemba network ne nye esan sɛ niema nkoyie ɛwɔ fie to twa Heba powder nom ko ni paduanum sɛ niema nkoyie a yemfa nku ni niema hyehyɛ hɔ ɛyade a wɔ yade ɛwɔ mogyanum woto twa ne sɛ kima na ma kyerɛ de wobɛyɛ no na yade na woni mogyanum ama kwan na sɛ enka hɔ ensu basa bi gu no na ayiri nyina firi hɔ na ayɛ chichichichichi na akyea ma nti na me sɛ me ɛma na to me di Dr. Aji ɔba bia wɔ 7 gate ɔne hyia dem a ɛwɔ sɛ wobie ma no wobɛbie first gate second third fourth na last one na yɛ 7 no mo sɛ watiem Aji na watwe ne to kakra tɛsɛ akɔ ne yie na ɔyɛ bɛrima na atame 2 minutes a ɔba ntimi nka Aji da nti de wosra ofra kanokre me pa acha me time 2 minutes me pe 20 minutes me time 3 minutes na me sempany for me so empany for no 50 years and above for no ofra me doctor me pa acha me pe 1 hour onya ba ibo legon na bo na fo me be doctor me pa acha me meje 1 hour me ho meti me hey don't me sempany for no mo time 10 minutes na mrantie ne de me sra ka de wo pe ne fa kibi nka wotwa no ne fa ma ne fa pempem e fa ko anim nsa ba ya wo mo ha make up si sabai wa man wana wa emfa
yo
enti sano
ye veras
yo wodu o twa Heba powder
ye mre na ye
yakupon ezra
enti e yo twa Heba powder fo na ye ne omudi nkomo no pe bi wo dwaman so bebi o che obi a no okwa won se betumi akabi na bibia etumi akonka adwuma ko ede ba ye from Divine Hope Herbal Center omnom di o twa Heba powder ede ba ye se mo 2 sachets wo enti wodi de chire ho a ebebo ye pa edi amame enti o twa Heba powder de etene no Baby Adri, you try and waba na yeba yene mpenifo a omufi eye Ghana Investment Promotion Center for ye no mubedin komo. Say ye di ka wo programming so several times say oti any Volta region dia regional investment promotion Roshi obi bekoso ho. Mpenifo beba ma me no omedin komo sema duenum ntimo ofidie nkoso enda haya yeba ya na meho bia so ye de to aso nti enche ye mpenifo bedin komo meba sesia.
Mr. Speaker, the NHIA has paid a total of 2.84 billion Ghana cedis in claims to accredited healthcare providers across the country. This represents the most consistent payment trend since the scheme's inception. The NDC are the best implementers of social intervention schemes. As I address you, there are no arrears outstanding. Claim payments are now up to date, with reimbursements made monthly, a marked improvement from previous years when payments delayed for several months. This improvement has restored confidence among healthcare providers, stabilized service delivery, and enhanced the scheme's credibility across all regions. Additionally, the uncapping of the NHI by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has released an additional 3.4 billion Ghana cedis to the NHI, marking a historic fiscal breakthrough that secures sustainable funding for timely claims payment, expansion of coverage, and implementation of flagship reforms such as free primary health care and Mahama Cares. So far, so excellent. Mr. Speaker, the health insurance scheme is on track to reach an unprecedented 20 million active members by end of year 2025. So far, so excellent. Our hospitals and health facilities are being well funded, and Mr. Speaker, I can only say good things will happen to this country.
The buffer stock investigation, which are nicknamed the Rumble in the Jungle, as at March 2020, when we announced the arrest and detention of suspects Kobne Dubohi and his wife Angela Eje Boateng, the Economic and Organized Crime Office had gathered credible intelligence regarding a criminal enterprise that had been operated by the former Chief Executive Officer of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited, Mr. Hanan Abdul Wahab. Initial estimates put the amount of money pilfered by Mr. Abdul Wahab and his collaborators at the time at around 58 million Ghana cedis, far in excess of the 49 million suspected to have been stolen by Mr. Edubohe and his co-accused persons. I call the criminal enterprise operated by Abdul Wahab and his collaborators at Buffer Stock the Rumble in the Jungle, not only because of the huge amount of money at stake, but because of the fact that while food suppliers were wailing and gnashing their teeth due to failure to pay them for supplies to the Buffer Stock, and while our school kids were being denied nutrition under the school feeding program for lack of funds, Mr. Abdul Wahab and his collaborators were busy lawlessly looting funds meant for the program. That is jungle behavior. The informal meaning of the word rumble is to discover illicit activity or the perpetrator of the illicit activity. Through painstaking investigations, the EOCO discovered this illicit criminal enterprise run by a gang of corrupt, lawless officials at the Buffer Stock Company. On June 25, 2025, the EOCO conducted a coordinated operation based upon their initial investigations, which resulted in the arrest of Mr. Abdul Wahab, former chief executive of Buffer Stock, his wife Faiza Seidu Wuni, and then James Atieku, the Buffer Stock manager for the northern sector, who was based in Tamale. The operation also led to the arrest of Emmanuel Atta, head of corporate affairs of NAFCO. The arrest followed initial intelligence and assessment by EOCO, who suggested that while serving as CEO of Buffer Stock between 2017 and 2024, Mr. Abdul Wahab colluded with his wife, Faiza Seydou Wuni, Richard Sam, Head of Finance, Bismarck Owusu Boache, Finance Department, and Emmanuel Atta, Corporate Affairs Manager, and others to create an elaborate criminal enterprise that was used to steal and launder public funds from the Buffer Stock Company. Within the period between 2017 and 2024, Mr. Abdul Wahab, in concert with Richard Sam Asante and Bismarck Owusu Boache, orchestrated the transfer of 78,269,084 Ghana cedis and 4 pesos from the bank accounts of Buffer Stock Company to a private company linked to Hanan Abdul Wahab, his wife, and staff of Buffer Stock at Republic Bank and EcoBank. Evidence shows that the funds were instantly retransferred to companies owned by Abdul Wahab himself and companies and entities owned and associated with him and his wife.
Okay, Memo Akwaba, Ediba TV XYZ, Wawutie Power 97.9 FM. Say, Majumedi so a kind aka a Rosho be a becoso or Oti and a voter regions and to make us say, and penny for Mufi Ghana Investment Promotion Center. Abekansa Wahaya no Mubedin Komo. If you say Rosho no becoso a 27th and 31st of this month, a year 2025, a becoso a voter ni Oti regions. And say, Yedika kan ho asem ekukudam bebrenana jumedi ni do omudu omanim nyam kopiase honorable Julius Debraya chief of staff ye papa obepia obekwaso bisa so na minister for trade agribusiness and industry honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Ajare also bekwadumedi ase MPs ministers and the traditional rulers pedifo bebrenana on be grace occasion wo volta ne oti regions enti ya ka Ghana investment promotion dia na winim say ye di bibi bibi may investing and home common ye bedi ye wo Mr. Kwame Kese Japan waha or deputy director and head of investment promotion and business development division or waha Sason and Mr. Ernest Agbeku or your principal investment promotion officer or also waha Ansana Yenya Zinabu Isa or your public relations officer ekukudamina menomo ebedi and komo wo inside politics media so pay from Mabakwaba Bibi Abakodi, Yeda Nyame Ase. Mamenko Mr. Kwame Kese Japan, where Yaka Ghana investment promotioner, Yedi Jumaku.
Yo, open you me that say it's Ghana Investment Promotion Center, government agency, TSC or say, you be facilitating, promoting foreign direct investment, any domestic investments into Ghana. Into Juma dia yezin say amount for this car ebe hihye ndwumem ombe yenu faso so sitana ya setting up say basically to market the various investment opportunities in Ghana and to sell Ghana as the most attractive destination and place to do business in Ghana. Now you're setting up over the years data shows say investments in eba now so about there a banso mostly in Accra eni Kumasi na kakra kotakra de enunti na yetina simpenifo tina se dwe hu se say ye boa na ye hwe na investments ye spreading across the regions inti na ye dwe hu se be ye project be e friend no investment opportunity mapping project na sa project no it seeks to identify projects across all the 261 districts of the country.
Okay.
You bet me a boania packages our projects in a obi pese odinisika shemwa aye easy amano dia shame. And also be boama identify various investment opportunities be obeka se ACCA our various regions because ebi o ye ni Accra ye ni say but ye nim there opportunities for instance a share to bi mu ho and I say oti ho baby ye pese ye ko ne ko share sa opportunities na ye highlight sa opportunities na investors who say enye nkran ko na investment opportunities wo enye nkran ko na uye business a obenya mfa so but oko regions no so a obenya mfa so so inti na ye start sa road shows ye best start wo ho said ye kan no from 27th eko 30th ye bo ho na enioti on 27th the beko ho Monday no this Tuesday and the 28th, you be a big forum. Our forum will provide the opportunity for us to showcase and highlight the region and display and market the region as an investment destination.
Obi baby say me basa roadshow ibia Ghana investment promotion roadshow ya dey benefit e dey emfaso dey na menye fi sa roadshow ya mo ya ma voter ni oti regency.
Inti emfaso dey bi wo ne say bia wo adwuma bi a wo ye wo oti ana voter wo ye ne kakra bi but unim say adwuma no potential won a wunya utiminya investor bi obeto shares wo company no ma na bibisa ebema adwuma no etumpon. Inti for the businessman it's a very important opportunity for you to see how you can package your project obi be hu aka say oh ma me hwe say metim music a shewe mu a and say me nyam fa so and also for the regions also it elevates the region. It highlights the various regions as very good places where you can do business, because according to our research, in every region with very peculiar opportunities, very peculiar natural resources. For Volta region, say in Kakrakaya Dahui, very big arable land. So we want to highlight these roadshows will bring out each district and to bring out each region also. The various opportunities are Serbia.
Team near driving a local investment or local regional potentials. Over bisa said, dear na mube to me, I share and sure say local people need businesses no to me are benefited was Jumedi afterthought.
Yeah, in fact, the my energies project in Upan say Jumana no a month will be tagi and say you target only foreign businesses, any foreigners. But Antisa, we are set up to also promote domestic investments. This is not an afterthought. This is actually a proactive mover. You pese ye de boa domestic businessmen no. Now also the you bet me bomb to bring out their businesses for opportunities to be showcased no. It me yamom. Intina you pese you identify sa projects na you highlight in your market.
My member Mr. Ernest Abeko, Principal Investment Promotion Officer. Yembisa, how does this center plan to implement the roadshow?
Boss say otia sasem no so kakra. You best start who Volta region on 28th.
And they fear pa.
28th. Okay. Our University of Health and Allied Sciences UHAS who until 28th na yasha CSR na yebe investment forum. Na investment forum na nya no kwa na yebe any media ne be didi nkaho about opportunities na exist within the Volta region. Also, we have visited interesting projects our Volta region. Manfo be only means as opportunities no exist with Volta region. Nti ebeko visit our projects na you showcase ya amanse na no mehu. Also no yene ebeko Volta House Regional of Chief Volta Regional House of Chiefs yene ombusu beko bring town. Yes. If you want man not 30th no ya to aso akọ Uti region. Ewo Dambai hotel ni Bosachu hotel, so that will be on the Thursday. Until Thursday no so the area no honi na yebeko the same thing. Yebe host investment forum. The reinvestment forum now no so yebe visit projects or Dambai Honman Kofu nim say these projects were Honma at least they can invest in it. You visit our projects no so any media in town on how these projects can be viable. Kofu this cabinet may be shim.
Obebi say why a Volta ni oti regions some walking ye can investment dear na ebe to me ama ye hu say ye nkwa invest wo oti ana ye showcase bibi e sa regions so omo wa Ghana fo be hu no be person this question bo adwuma ho a ebe koso. Okay.
Former president our Kabebi Dr. Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah. Or vision Volta no as a regional for that is for industrial and agriculture backbone of the country. Okay. Yes. Volta ni Oti. And Osha Volta say they are very good in cassava. We are top producers in cassava. Banchi. And Osha Oti so yam and cashew nuts. But we share records na investment into these areas near very low. Into GIPC yetnas in the big so near use this road show way near they showcase the opportunities now existing within both Volta and Otino. Some of these opportunities are in the areas of agriculture.
renewable energy, tourism, aquaculture, and also logistics. And when we are going beyond just farming, that's farming of rice and yam, we want to do more of value addition. Recently, we have for T region say announcing iron ore in commercial quantities. Yes. So some of these things they pay investors now mobile use this opportunity develop a value chain. So that almost setting up processing plants. Also locally, setting up oil and steel industries to process these things into industrial level products are able to be exported for more foreign exchange. Yes, Mr.
Japan, so na maybe say share specific investment opportunities are mobile highlight was our roadshow.
I mean you be makaya no. I mean you can vote on new tier rice. You can enam fish farming, aquaculture, for instance, tourism sites. Volta is a very beautiful region from the coast up north. I mean, very scenic places. The opportunities are bound there, and also it serves as a major corridor for the ECOWAS region. Like you mentioned, the logistics sector in that region has so much potential. Highlights.
Yo, I call me Zainabo Isa on public relations. Me call no. Na me bisa say, Jumedi yen share the outcome. DNA feel say a bit to me a few maba. Na wamo so sa na ehi omo roadshow na se.
Yo, me da se bebre. Project nankasa no se me pinu for kan no. Ye target ye core district hall. So basically ye first point of call your district assemblies. Ye here MMDCs, you know. Any friend say even the MPs are more regions no, because ye per se omonte nyama na ye per se na say. Besides because projects na ye per se information na ye per se ye no. Omo no betimi amaye ye intimate na akra nka say okọ volta obetimi akwa ebia rice farming ho, but the thing is that rice farming ewo hifa ewo Volta region, so that any investors ne ka sebeka chom so mukọ ho a ebia mukọ keta ha say mbetimi anya nyema we, so that we can easily pinpoint where they can baby ombudsman identify projects in work. Now they also have an overview of the cost of the project. So anything na yepe, so your target your MMDC is in so yepe the regional coordinating councils leaders no more in charge of projects and the project officers no. Yes, also target MPs no. Some of them have a lot of ideas for projects somewhere. So you per se yenya information in from one name to me for information when you na and share a book mu yenka say document. Na say wo ye hono na yenya investor be or person onya information on any project a bit media edi amano. So the main target is for us to have a pipeline of data of potential investment opportunities in all the 16 regions. And see when you bina yesho.
When you say Jumedia Moody Roadshow and Ghana Investment Promotion Center Kwame Juma, Metibia Mone agencies be a collaborative. Mobe to me ama agencies be a modern or mapatamo or the roadshow yana.
You made a bebre agencies need the enya bebre medical anka say that ye beda ye chief of staff ase Honorable Julius Zebra nyameboa on the 28th obeba who ababeboa ye abema keynote address and now so no waboa p when we launch the investment opportunity mapping project ni se obaho ebeboa ye eso mu ema program ni ye fe kama na aside on so ye be san da ye minister say the Minister of Trade and Agribusiness and Industry Honorable Elizabeth Ofisejare ono so boa epibre ono so beba hobi na aside that ye sanso wo Ghana Free Zones Authority ye wo GEPA Ghana Export Promotion Authority omo so meba hobi aba beta echi ama program na FFF na aside that no so ye sanso wo ye World Bank this international organizations are omo krom han so eboa eni eye ejuma World Bank so be esu eta echi eboa ye ama ye program FFF. But in all these things organizations say ye sanso efre corporate organizations wa unim say there are a lot of companies omo akra omo nim say there is the investment opportunities out there betimi movie ebia odh a oba be say Volta region has say sana say na city niti say na eti ntini mehwa betimi asset me office wa has say expanding office because we need to be able to open up all these regions and districts to investment so that na ma idea ni nye say akra nkwa na say baby a who set we juma apa obetimi anya we mfaso wo so but we need them to also join us omumbra omumbeta echi na omufo ominu nkohwe no mu say oh sana because voter region so we obi a ota echi ana otukwan ya otimi hu say udu ha the fresh air the scenery voter is different it's a different place but enyo bia na ebia otimi nya kwan etu ekọ places na ontimi nya obi obeta na chi akyere ni say ukọ ha obenya we obi kan nti ye ka atwo mu so omumbra no beta echi no mumboa e ntimi nya programming fefefe nti ye san so free for sponsorship wo ho na wutie ya the center is open for sponsorship ye hiamoa because program aye ade kese ayetimi ye na ye kama Ghana ha nyina obia benya ho faso because ye ama ye man ntini ye fresh obi amba wo sika bi wo ho apese on fanship project mu a GIPs wo ho fabra na beboa ye ne ta ye chi ntimi nye project fefefe enfamboa obi a because what me hwen so enye aside identifying the project no so we are trying to help Mbwa na nkofonte ase with the project because here 24-hour secretariat phone so beba obi aba be explaining
nti bentwa wano so obi ba na ne je ho but obi hia partnership sa connection links ni na mbetumi aboa ma say juma na tumi akoso ye betumi aboa no nti yesanso wo betumi afre your office line 0302665125 utimi frɛ your office line na ye wo hono ma betie ye beboa ye be kyerɛ wo sɛ ne wo be etimi a join ye na wa ba road show ibi ubetimi wo person my sponsorship so a ye so wo ye betimi afre nti meta abobo sponsorship bi no betimi afre ye yonko Yolanda T the number is 0247 600-860 Mesambo Subium 0247-600-860 now won't your number count
Mesume number count
because yeah PM na number
Mesume number count my number is 0244-670301
okay
until we hear information bia on this route show bit me afre me na me share information
okay remember Mr. Kwame Kese so mo last words we am about Oraboko Hansan Madam Nieri again obeka fa dwumadi hu say nyame yard ma 28 ne 30th you betumi abana yabebo ma bibie tumi akonkan
that's akwenya odi amayi die ye pese e kan say akwenya so be taking advantage of it especially businesses especially young businessmen omo ideas omo projects on person moye omumbra they should come along come and listen come and let's help you package your project to sell and to market it one more thing I'm person they can only say ye person ye ben them businesses no inti impanyifo adwen ho say ye mbie office foforo our Volta region GIPC currently your office for Western region your office for Kumasi and Tamale impanyifo person ye tre sa offices mu inti ye call nyame aduma 28th after the program no you be Volta regional office
but the question back on some the man say obi be because me fi Volta region me fi Oti region but nkoma ye di na je ho
yes
say me fi Western region me fi Central region me tumi ababi
obetumi ababi but the person make a chair so say ye be ba ho ye be ko 60 regions ye obetumi abetie
na ma say
brabetie de ye wo Volta ni Oti no me do say be ba Western so ye be ba ho we will go around the whole country
Mr. Ernest Aboko, what's your last words on a road show?
The America can say your investors be omo person mo ba Ghana e be set up but omo ni Ghana laws ni way na omo de be set up nti omo pay obi a wa set up the dada no omo invest omo partner no omo start nti na a good opportunity for all businesses omo Volta ni Oti so already normal set up they know the Ghana laws ni bibia into your investors they just want to partner especially land we know in Ghana a bit of challenge but these investors they have these lands already
okay
into some investors they are no pay land that they issues beba into mo pay this establish small businesses no money partner no ma start e bi so mo idea no nim say maybe rice farming or ho na biu sa ho metima ye into mo form project ni number on board na yembo mo ye research division na e be profile yembo mo name profile na yanton ema amount for across the world and Ghana as well
yo oba pazi na bo isa fa area
yo me ne mekanin say Ghana is open for business. Senior ye President Kai, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kai, say Ghana is open for business. And say Jumana ye no, ye be Ghana, no be amon. Intimacy say ye be country has opened now for business. There are a lot of opportunities here. Ubet me tap into ye catch your uncle for your 2 Safra ubia. Wow, Obi Ambra, join GIPs, needs me project if come.
Mame fast da kese ma ekukudami omufi Ghana Investment Promotion Center. Mr. Kwame Kese Japan, a Deputy Director and Head of Investment Promotion and Business Development Division. Sasona Mr. Ernest Aboku, a Principal Investment Promotion Officer. And Sana Yenuya Ms. Zinabu, Isa, a Public Relations Officer. Yabeda Masi, Papa say, Mode Asama Mu, say at the bread. Say we in Chatwo. Mugusu akwa shows na ibedin kita ho na obisu ehu se yakọ voter yakoti eduru meso na ebeba sa time yes ye homomo yebebo amu na bibie tumi akonka na mi mo papa yebeda mpanifu ya senti inside politics jumedie na ye to aso na nche yebehu Kofi Ebusua Penny or Senior Communication Officer e de ma NDC Communication team yebeten nkasa so na ye wo Renal Delaguda ono so oye war chairman wo aboso in the Pristia Uni Valley constituency. Ekukudami na me no mo bedi enkita ho. Me be sesia.
Gentlemen, prosecutions have commenced in the SkyTrain and National Service scandals. In the case of the latter, we have filed charges against the former Chief Executive, Executive Director Osea Sibe Entry and his deputy Gifty Owari. Charges are being prepared against the rest of the public officers and the so-called marketplace vendors. In all, we intend to file about 10 cases in the NSA scandal and will use some of the public officers and vendors as prosecution witnesses. Now, this is a strategy that is working very well for us, and we intend to continue to use that strategy. In a situation where there is a small criminal among big criminals, and the small criminal knows a lot, it is better as a matter of prosecutorial strategy to use a small criminal to get the information in order to be able to succeed, and that is what I'm doing. Also, I wish to announce that the Auditor General has conducted a forensic audit into the NSA, the National Service scandal, and the total amount of money stolen or illegally spent now stands at 2.2 billion, and not the 548 million that was uncovered by my investigators as at June 2025. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I have here a copy of the Auditor General's report. Again, painstaking investigation is very important in criminal matters. And so, based upon what the Auditor General has done, and this is a forensic audit, okay? Forensic audit means that they've gone beyond what ordinary, auditing would have done. And so, we are going to, based upon this, in some cases, change the charge, amend our charge sheets in order to bring fresh charges.
Mesamu akwa bebiom Yaba TV XYZ so wa wo hwe mo Power 97.9 FM mutie na medamu ina baby edri akukuda majenkonya atena fom ye wo Renal Delaguda wa hasa so ne Kofi Ebusua Penny wa ha na yebedi enkomodela akwa aba bibi aboko de ye de nyame ase ndra president be pie mo region says ya secondary free kept course was secondary crowd the quine ye big push ada Roma president be apimenim hospital site so be him yeah na woka
aban papa on say sis ya obi akasa on say aban papa aba
okay
na aban papa no mpo mun ka no ba ko on say aban papa
anti papa no ye double no
okay
right
me have that say wa mama akonya ma me di kan chia me mpemfo a omo free mo time e chia me di ba me MP Honorable Robert Wisdom Kujo and me MC Dr. Mighty Kofi Aye and me party chairman and I'm secretary John Kujo and I'm my co-chairman Osman Sofo bichia munyina
kowenyim
na andida de ya nyina ya witness o manpanyin ni sokat ni obeye wo yam kromo takrade na ehwa ni vision a ode to ho for big push no
akwana ahuru
de to sell no oba major road bia e Ghana bia no obey no double and biwa for here
dual
carriage no and one was started it na your friend the Aban Papa Abba na say ehwe sa big push da ebi mo ho a contractors dey be ho a contract be o me dim because since you know you share takrade dia takrade foi omunya omudie dual carriage papa
don't say we share takrade kwan na PC ACP4 on by more than 30 years rolling time no ache
nuti since you share Bogoso Prestia Bogoso to Prestia kwan so you dey ma contract you dey ma contract no contractor no mudia manu no almost our friend no Black Oak
contractors omo yes
akwan no Black Oak na me MP na me MC omo tu anama akọ no ho
Honorable Kujo
omo tu anama akọ no ho na contractor no person be ba kwan no so
dey ntena contractor no person
ba kwan onu na adwe nyina ne say o see the okache MP say kwan no mfa nka big push na friends kwan no we say budget capture but we fan car big push no into be mesra man paying say such a contractor now up to now ready so person you papa mom say o man paying the only into mesra say so onye ready ya man few months onye ready ya contracting free say na ya fama contractor why ready say oye dwuma ma prestia bogoso kwan no and that's because say kwan a mayen vote massive vote ba it is how kwan there meaning say Aban Papa o the meaning say before yabako 2027 there you say sa kwan no ye wie sa kwan no yeah
na bibia to me come it's a big push no aboa papa say western region most more benefit
masa big push say enije ayo mu no because big push no a different thing altogether about we diaba o hwe sa big push ya me the nkuma man bu de man be to be me papa no mo na bredo but from your friend say Rollins amambua di ba me government bia we use sa strategy bi
say that you must say because we hear takrade a grand quantata kwakwan ya no so obugu so mo ye kama
abaya wa ba or contractor kwan so a o simenjai tuaso anuni John
so people anjo mo nyesa
masanka na say your friend from Takwa to Kumasi kwan no omo bae no that was 2017 omo bae no omo stop contractors no mo so nyina Cocoa Road NDC time 2016 Edima contract or Western region now omo stop omo nyina up to now kwan da up to now na Aban Papa di obae wan kasa hwe di ekoso
bibia
bibia contract bia no ha si jan adwuma si ye adwuma ye wie so asawso abegina ye bisa so scan e di ama na be so
Aban Papa ba ko vi bisa pe ni mama akwa aba bibi aboko de nyame adomboko instinct to say festival na makwan big push no asomo so
ye ndi say unze John mama no enya de ya obi anim no onya de nye inyiyim unze ono so de ne saka de ya oye onye de obaye wie no obegina baabi no ayo say John mama ntisa onye sa nkrofo ni bi oyobi a ose ade ayo ono no wotu betu ni din so oyempuntu djuma hene oyempuntu djuma hene nti ono the eastern region yenso yensa aka yende and I don't forget to say big push you know we no Sunday share budget me say each and every constituency no over 166 kilometers of roads each constituency Ghana.
And the body no by
you see the whole thing. You can imagine say Fiakra Echo Mountains 47 kilometers.
Okay.
Fiako times 2 cross times 3 crowd sa road ni nyina cannot be inner roads ni ade makwan na eswai asai Bonchibonka budget not provided for that. Apart from big push, it will be a big push in Kano. No, don't forget to say President Mama Adjun at the wash budgeting. Say Enoka.
My weekend, mountains.
Yeah, so because it was a
also walk where John the Baptist Army.
Yes, we could Ubia pay a Kwapim festival. No, Ufi Madina Equapima. It will take you only 20 minutes.
Oh, yes,
20 minutes drive. And only you will be on pace speed. Will be on pace speed 15 minutes in a way to do. Will be all castle Bequapim. Now you started festival, they are starting with Mampong away. If a monochrome and a cropon.
But in that, yeah, mid morning, will be free war. I say a latte. No, so almost so power in your community. No, man. Almost so yeah, and a blue one. Omobewi okrase down one na yes tourism ti down on say be ka bi bisa be kumu e make sure some be pick side we enipa ba ko omo ye festival pa nkrofo yi woni afiso na won to be mo ho dawru e votarians Easter omo pa Easter ne December Christmas
tell you nipa bi entu kwan wo kumu ha e say votarians okwo nkromo pa na votarians dan kasa no omo duane keke different kinds of food that we do, and don't want to be projected that region. So I say, man can be offering toto. Yeah, yes. Typical green. Oh, me do fertility toto with nkasai, a fry nkasai na yame. Yes, the match one me use nkasai but I'm chokumi a koi. This is powerful. So said yet into I'm say festival near the tourism ministry, and then one share. Now, secretariat and one trace will be projected. Yes,
sister, mammy, for
in any case, the crapping class of the breed, a crapping food, yet a prancer.
Upper prancer,
yes, that is a
infant for your friend. I pray,
so I say, no fun to you will be your friend a payway. Yes, but
I know, say, I pray, and upper prancer. Yeah, they are doing the SRB for
we cost you more money.
Because I've been
quite and the beans
and so
and some man kakra
Yankee foods in a perfect
the okoto asaya to echi. These are the quality food that would dear ebeboa now so you say no but the kwapim for ye won kwan bi wo frɛ ne kwapim nkita kwapim nkita
ona catch elder momokwa meba mo ho
ye be ye Sunday no Sunday be ye be sipunu pork wom pork yeah the grilled one and a ponche and also go
okay the me ba ponche
and so why we double da you know what and number 9 for number 1 go to Joseph
yeah double na friend doko
nti am say you go so now don't forget to say Eastern region also Chief of Staff everywhere.
Yes,
Chief of Staff everywhere. Take kwapem no so or share home. Inti na Chief of Staff no memfa we is dem ntia no. Because on we adwumawura na obi am say yes because we didn't say Chief of Staff awaba. President buy no fan first term. No the year adwuma. Na wako opposition. No somebody no say this man I want him to be my chief of staff. Because you need to Ghana, no business community, more business and potential. Maybe
when you say Ghana investment promotion, you made the special guest.
You see.
An investment program,
and you see, business idea,
and then I walk at
business idea. And on your armchair, chief of staff, or movie, and a you to non Casasa Nakumaso. Now you to no committee because of employment. You see the whole thing. Julius Debra, chief of staff, honorable, Michiao Pa, Nanyame Emma Amode, Nan dear Yansa, what the boy John Mamano, Father Sana, a Kofi. Akwa go figure ko no ma be fast no ma ba confused no.
Ma say so mo man 4 days leave.
Na so mo de ma no. Because of ko krom. No kwa ko di na fashe. Odi abenka na che. Eye mmekwan mo mu kan na abenkwan me ye friend mmekwan. Mmekwan. Ana
pa abenkwan pa.
Yes, eno
ko wasamem so on pa abenkwan. No the beans can go.
Adofu ka sembi. Adofu ka sembi.
Saka.
Adofu. Yes, adofu ka sembi. Eye obo ba je adofu.
Okay.
Oba akuapem. Na obebo show. Eno obo no mmekwan. Ofiwo no de ye nwom. No ka chenso okuapini bi obeba nkran obeka no. Na sa akuapem ni no. Bibi how no because who could no bo mmekwan na totobi. So nim totobi. Enkan no wele no nia na ebon no. Ye de bo mmekwan ma wo. Na udi na bet in office. Na wo say ya senti na be ko mu the following weekend obeko. Be say akorechi. Enti akuapem fom ye ga de ba ko ayo mu ni. Enti kiniko ye said ya kanu ye danyame ase na big push de obi anim say ye adwuma papa. Na ne ye fe ne say binu yi kan Western region. You see, sir, highway no baba no. From Winneba. Oh, kwanya wo ye ya what do one sakeka ne keka wo ja to we. O ye si Winneba no to aso Winneba pam mankesim.
How mo ye?
Me am ko yes. O we no ko ye si Cape Coast ah. No was ya to aso akoko sitadi. Na mo ma men ka se me de interchanges ah. E was akwan no so ye makomako 9. Yeah. 9 interchanges.
No was a
road no stretch no baba ye no so. So I say, oh, we in a year no kwa o catch us a big push here. Na do ne nsako car regional hospital water credit. Na your foundation level. It's where the two who the AI picture. Ebe see ho say won awie. Oh, just foundation.
Na ma inform wo eye shama. Ankwatire somebody
nisi. President Eddie Ama contractor and watch and say 18 months on February. Nanya regional a hospital in Matadi for Western form. No, we are a fear hospital, no, so no. Sa
a friend, a fian quanta,
a fian, Mazi, I what idea for the one year come. So I sent you 1 year expansion, 1 year said, yeah, you be a rich hospital, no, one more day, so be man the facelift. After that, you know, the regional, you know, just a new more than an old boss who promise you when you know. John Mama, not the back on him. Now, say no, Juma Odini legacy projects. And your project was a baby yen Jawako. Send your Kwame Kurmedin ever horn. Sana Jerry Lawrence D. Warhol. Na Atamil C. D. Warhol. Sana no Subabeja and your pada. Only Dimbia. So say Ghana Funinesu. If you want to catch it and say, so Obi Nim, the Danyamia say, say Ghana for it to make us say, ye Danyanko say. Na me Kufuado when wo baberema e wo Ghana ha edenti ama Kufibua Minister of Igbo friends lands and natural resources good who's okay say be o say na me Kufuado aban and necessary nka wo de ko school ko kire won say this is a government that we need not to study we need not to follow say Ghana nko a nka ye nyasa aban yi bida and no legacy but John Mama legacy no is different say obeya dey tangible you touch it and you feel it na magana from where to pom tiki niko obi say me be pushing one say ma kakra ma kan no
yeah share illegal mining na ekoso 9 months so menya ne tie central chrome kopie mu Memphis Central ho baby yen hwe omo ye adwuma pa na bi mo so omo ye adwuma bodan futitru omo ye surface mining say yensue eden wo ha na edi nkomo hwe mekoso abos gangwe ni ade me no na ye adwuma di no wo ne say illegal mining na ekoso galamsefo omo sabiewa omo akose no ma akose nsuo bi na ebo nsuo no gu say ye kwaye ni ade ebusia yencha so
yeah me that say King Nicholas who say sa illegal mining ni ye kan ho asem da no no ema e ball ye nuano ma e wo aboso abaso because me catch us me call me ko hu adwuma pa wo ye chairman ne nkrofo wo say de ete adwuma wo ye no no enye asase ni enye nsu enye forest ye shaft now all the year wo ho no eno wo underground about 240 kilometers under G eno mu kosawa abone anwea no eba no wo behoro won say su dia won say environment dia these are the things I say enipa ye na no na John Mama hu no ka kire say illegal mining no dia enye ni nti osiwa no kwan no to mu anamo no yinsu a wongetu wongani esusu say no so pollute your rivers if we are young kwabrentu ye de esi wo say over so many years e boy ho ban so we say when the last 3 dies that's the last man who also died now that no me catch you be say olumen bi no ma me sa no no catch me say da me nya code bia no me nya code a na ma chi 4 o'clock me nkotena dua ase se dua se me wa me nkotena dua na ase me ntina se be 2 hours carbon dioxide na no e release no eno ade beko ma try sa 2 times bia eko unya code akotena dua na ase anyi na ma chi
okay
2 bia wo de kotena ase on sa no panom daytime no absorb we ni nyina no wadane nti edu ahina machi na aderechi no release sa fresh air no e de maye eni nti dem a achimota forest e boye hu ban won kra ha so what you say anka late Sir John ekoton hwe nti utim ye dinsa ekoton no anu hu e de bi match solution say no for ase no the man forever so because Ghana no ye one dia na enu na nam so anu na Akufo do making sure say sa kwabrentu na 288 no na wodi esiwa wo so mammo bia ankom na mo man nyina ho ban na bi nso afoforo so no okoye no sa out of 288 no okoyi mu 44 eno koye emre bi airline 2462 and the mine people so they can go in and mine and would destroy no would destroy forest na kopim say King Nicholas ade ya wo ne say nkrofo ko boss simbo kwayem kwai no nkrofo ko bo mu ko chichiri kuro nti anya ban John Mahama no baya na nki yenim say kuro bi wo baabi a ye frɛ no kuro bi wo baabi a ye frɛ no dai ayi abrewa nin kran na no na wabomode atu anamo say obebomode asiwa no kwai na 9 months adwuma wo ye hu if you we no so dey sa community responsible
community mining
ebeba na sa community mining no ne awoye wo aboso no we make sure say no ni susanso nti say ye gang be ye 10 nipa 10 e wo land kese ni ye de amamo nti ye ba na nsu say ya who hold you guys responsible nti mebo nipa wa aboso no abaso say sa ni John Mahama de ba no won start hu adwuma na wode be responsible mining na ma Ghana etumpo nti penu fo hwe
no so kakra bi on that na area ya call buffer stock topics no so kakra
ken you da say we dey we can say waba medium because adwuma ya fa no small scale mining na ya no bebre am see galamsey na ukeka ho adwuma kese pa ekita workers ekita no me hu edwuma bi a Ghana ha ekita workers sen small scale mining say aban no John Mahama aban cooperative mining na also dey bana ye nyina ya som ye boa ma cooperative mining na abasom say ye di ensa som na say ye na ye ne ye a edwuma be ma brantie na nketesia obia because nketesia no kosa wo ba ho no hu mbampo na mu di echi obi apese o ka about cooperative mining na dia diba o mu ton ade asane yeto na nkeka ho enti ebesre sempeinfo o mu tie ye na ye wo grounds na ye ye adwuma no o mu tie o mu frɛ na mu tie how ye di adwuma no befa so ama adwuma na ye na nsuo no de me am gina he me support so bi nko say nsuo because me nko nsuo me nko forest ye wo yanum na bredo uko dumping forest MP mu akobɔ ko di nkrofo ko gu ha na mu ye adwuma dumping forest de ma no na soja fo bɔ ho ban ma no sa adwuma no yen na bedu empene ma wo ye sa de no uba aboso hwɛ adwuma ye uko bebi mpa ye twa tag nti nipa e wo down no ye nim nipa dodo a e wo down and that no pay senkrofo 5 na e ko down a ye nim senkrofo 5 nti do nyina tag ni nyina tag every tag have its number nti ye nim senkrofo 5 na e ko down no o mopie eye abandon shaft na ye mo adwuma down meters a ye ko ansa na ye ko fa bo na ba no ye nsensio uba utwa camera fa around nyina no water bodies bia ho ye say no nti set adwuma no and was a ban even crop was a ban for this cabashim
the cooperative mining for last week PR buy also move for super mo boy adwuma
nti no first cabashim because I did a queensy say a light bill and yes was a hu baby a bonus you know and okay ka ho nti pumps I na pumps I dey adwuma no nti aban crop or there or support your pumps and a light bill no also support here na e ma adwuma no you to be pumping so no come on nti you so no come on obon say your friend say samples no costro na ma workers na abamo nti workers no ba mo omo obi mo ha omo ko your friend say I love you for no once obon so na e down no nipa no be yes adwuma no because of call him say sample obenya no it's okay no I love you call adwuma under somebody so ati ase nti aban podi o sa aban ba be so yemu edwuma no tumi koso mesre edwuma no mankasa mo ba mu hu mo sia ye edwuma no ye bibia ukọ bebi po ye wo health center wo ho ye wo management team wo ho bibia mu edwuma no didede akwam nti e be stress cooperative mining ni de koso pa nti o mo mbo modi na ni hu papers no
Embrantem so ye omo ye processor
Embrantem and na ye wonyama bebre challenges kakra wo mu no minim say once e ba out no say ba out those challenges ni na no we work on that ye be yini nyina free ho minister Amakofi Buade me gini di say ono so obetie na asem na ye nim cooperative mining no insam because ye adwuma na che since 90s 90 early 2000 I started small scale mining ho adwuma no na ma ya up to ende nti minimum bibia ye na ye nim bibia won frɛ na ye nso idea kakra nya certificate na ye di ye bibia idea kakra wo ye ntimu no ye nso ye fam push because abai na ba say oba be stay ye wo 42 years o nti 42 years na ode nyina ye bua nyina contribution na ye di bua so ajaze ana woni gidie na say na bet na last time ba ha na ye kwakoto amba wo ye friend say Akotia na mikacho say Dandil ye wini ye ko say Dandil into mikacho ndezo there 42 years they be no aba cooperative mining no dey so mu ye na ye youth egu onu mo no say oji say youth egu ma ye adwuma no mu ye duane di bibia akoso a okoko fe no po say masa atade bi ne osum atade bi ne obeto abo
Mera say yenko buffer stock scandal say so ye hwe former CEO Demand National Food and buffer stock company limited ehwe sika abranti edi sika watrepa Abdul Wahab sika we di wo ho anso ye beka ya buffer stock ebusia ese mo beka ye ho ye say nkwala aduane wo secondary school ashorte aye isu nipa da send to me sika wo my account no atweako ne private account wo hwe ejapade a branch na total 5-bedroom a house chain homes and then $1,625,000 a year with friends say dollars and sign a 3-bedroom house cantonment $600,000 a plot of land at airport development and sign a 17-bedroom and make ebusia nodding among the yentio Mexico transfer edukukugu na account money the collaborators
Kiniko made us say na
your time into your bonnet.
Time on the no man for Nina and part because they would body in us said the bay are raging the betumpong. Now, Fonso and your Jumaya is part of the government. Yes, say it to account one as airborne. They would conquer. Say, can yabo Julius Abasui, Nejaze, and your day a Juma, Opesa Bano, a yepa,
papa should demand continental.
King Nicholas. Say workers Ukuapini. A year crappenful. So workers will be a mere one. What you say?
This all come.
Workers will be a mere one. Just all your crumful.
Okay.
I mean, your pussycat. Yes.
Yes, yeah, can you
anybody a beauty?
Can was a beauty?
I don't take. Oh, say a bunch of a robbers in the BD with no apology. Crofree fee and a may mukwe, with your man so queno. A group of people are. Will be due man because every sector say sabano ebie ne lenses ye pa every sector bi akro no wo yeah obi bisa say adan kura no oselewusu kura no nam wo because any kura dey is guy
open the party general secretary
don't worry onkodi on say Debiana Franklin Kujo esine so Kevin GVD $7.5 million ayira keke $7.5 million yehun be bi escanafa na Shadia onukura ya ne di no friend dey
Abdul Wahab
owo ba ku bi namba o se dey Hanan oye muslimini
nice gentleman
oye muslimini
chana ko MP di no lucy
that is the most painful thing say oni pa oya brantia
physical this shit
no muslimi so no cha chuchi kataka se mbe kire ba wumia e wo court kateli say Quran na ukura no odidi akohwe be di wachi sa ukura Quran say na odi akobokoro no ene wa be yi ano say onu no onifo obekwa koye adwuma onum so nsem wo de ato no sukura ye
botina wa beka yo
chemicals
chese meti o ebusi
tie onu man kasa ne bai no betina wo appoint in 2017 no na ni pay odi bosome eye 140 million bosome oji for 4 years wo ba second time no eno beji no increase no ko 28,000 that's 280 million bosome uke kani nyina bomu a ene ne yere ya housewife nti bosome so a no one man yere 5,000 utia ne ka o se tenafie na manya Ghana fusika nti yenni na wodi amede be ma watoto nema no eye 5,000 titiska 50 million eno de ma no Nicholas ukani nyina bomu 8 years a papa ni sika nyina na ne yiri sika nyina ne ni pay oje no ukani nyina bomu 11 billion 11.5 billion into do pay round and up then 12 billion hanani bo modinga koto watch obo 1.5 million 15 billion tio papa ni 8 years aketio do nyina no ukikani nyina bomu 11.5 million billion all cities but to me koto watch ne bu 15 billion these are the people na ya woman says a man woman gift your worry
no man woman and me no nya adwin
motete mo ne me nya adwin dey man woman we auto watch $30,000 a boy
bonanza
ye baba ye campaign ye catch Ghana fusi NPP futi ya what the flags of house and a lunch time be our credit for UK lunch time on office pay no you order pizza beggar okay for UK if you play mo 6 hours pepe to the office 7 o'clock by 2 o'clock pepe na lunch time where did the pizza now this is how they were using our money say keke support ne driver it to be $100,000 I bet boom driver or you drive the common driver this is what these guys has done to us na near ya on say baby ya kono so no piu when you scanner baby ya kono baby John Mahamaten e wona hana ni kwatena wakoto fi ho e fi no toido eye dibu employ $1.6 million.
1.622.
Yes, would you earn $1.6 million? $25,000 in the crowd.
Billion. I can't come to 17 billion.
What a million? $1.6 million. 100.
Okay.
Hey, billions. What could do? 110, 116 billion. Or the Akuto Fuho. That is $1 million. Yes. Now only yes, and Sana we no Akuto 3-bedroom house. Our cantonment 600,000. $100,000 biya ne current exchange rate no. Ya dey aba form no.
About 10.6.
Yes, who say $100,000 biya no. We benya 11 billion. 11 billion times 6. And Okoto 66 billion. Wakoto eti from we sika no e billion titi sika no billion 6 Now only a no quarter plot of land airport $750,000. Only in Ansua and some quarter 17-bedroom hotel. And one constituency and only $250,000. Not just a size canon Kuano over $100,000 billion, 11 billion. It's 11 billion, 22 plus 5. About 26 billion. 26 to 27 billion for the Akuto Hotel. And then the Krakrado, as I say, a government land. Government land. I will say, wait, as we young Tom the Sama will be a better you what to be a government land. Every $1 million, Wakoto 307,000, 3 billion. I be a $100 million. My friend said $1 million. That's how the man bought the thing. Now, a chief, me Krakran saying. In Kofu, we will not more Mangimo say, Wababe Boye. If you John 10, chapter 10, I say, you say, Ufu, Okronfu, thief, Omba, I just will react, no, Obekum, no, destroy. And that was the aim of MPP. Because Nanado, Nene, that's what they were doing. So, man, and what is on, then you were your foot, and yet, or man, no. T, women say, Alista Matthias. Alista Matthias. For good, once a catcher said Nanado, and an impediment for what we know. Only when you go there business. And Nanado Teratino. So I withdraw Al Jazeera or the Nebeko court within 2 weeks. I promise Ujina Baby Ujina. Al Jazeera first Ujina Baby Ujina of local court because they have evidence against him. We see that another one country and the FIA. See, Obia your friend Martin Amidu. And you never Kufado no appointed as what? Special prosecutor. Yes. Assembly no kind. Also, Siakas will be your Kronfu. Muti and you are Yamina Mekau. Also, Siakas will be a supervisor of thieves. Or no? Nanado no, because or mother serpent of corruption. Or your woman bad time. Or no, not your soto or wonkusia. And a paya. Matinami, you are some kind. It's a young woman. Says sadly, Mustafa Ahmed, MPA, or that's so. Me person me bobo eni pa me sada me de manusi. Okay. Na me nia so to yaso because e mere ni sha anya ne ho be kire ne kakra. Eti Ki Nicholas e be bon krofo kakra bi abayi bai. Juma wodi edi o ma no na mumunti etiefo. Obi obeka kire nwa ha. Say Attorney General enya de bia no me pa mo che o muntwa so. And I want to assure you. Say, say I am Casa. No, Casa no doors. You see, Ki Nicholas. See, Unim. Oh, said Nena Casa, Aka, sort in now. Social media, I be not. Ki Nicholas, Abia ye Nimono, Bibri Nim. Into the Yabaha, yes, and Krofuka say, a baby, and they met to me a catcher, say, and they October. Say, Fena, a judges and the judicial service, no, walk over one break, you know, on our back. Good parliament also have back. No correct. A person me catch na me assure Ghanaians say obi biaro de nsa Ghana skemo biara no. Obeye Attorney General we ni Attorney General first Attorney General we to me de MPP Nkrofo court within first 6 months. Yeah. First 6 months. When you say Kwame Dubu ahini ono so ni kro no oboy no. Kwame Dubu ahini ni kro no oboy na yere kam. The MPP so what you na ya no mo de omo ye no we fi na Akufo-Addo say ne ma gas no ambulance only ni kuru say Aki Nicholas can say me who's on the day ko wani me ko mani me den aka say me kan ye fe only nem puna Nigeria ni onye Ghana ni mpo say mbeka ya antigen emira COVID-19 by no antigen test at your airport $150 $150 each person, according to Nigeria. A young Casano, when you are first year, when you are $17.1 million. First, we didn't discover what about Ghana, my woman Ghana 1 million and one warfare 17. These people, people like this, and what is coming now? What could be said? My menu. So, we do no say, and you be said, now we, COVID, I friend is saying, vaccine na okraba no adam na wokokra vaccine na mebo ye den $9 na wokokra $19 o say no mini ye na adwere nya adwuma
okay.
That's what he told Ghanaians.
It was your festival.
Yes. Inti Mr. Ghana for Attorney General. Attorney General ebe punishing crop way. Na say no. One say or rational investigation be no de court. Na ko paska say kim. Ye na ye betu anu ego no so. It woman nya adwuma pa. No bi biara we di Ghana sika bia. Enkrofo no do so. Kinigolas me bi how be gane ene baba mo me da say
me patcho Medimosis Diagnosis Center so men control so your liver and kidney function test so na una analysis ohwembo gem dental x-ray ni digital x-ray ni na no ade a Medimosis Diagnosis Center odis hadwuma idin na me patcho dental bar opposite the police station 050-349-4885 and 024406-8447. No new Monday come on. Lift kit capsules Medimosis ya no ye. Boa digestion enhance metabolism boa. Near boni BFU nipedium. Support liver function testing and as a liver function in and so liver problem be a bebo who by Eddie Amo Kamapa. Me pachanya organ have be a to a drubio kwawunsa bet to me akabi. From Medimosis was 024406-484-47. Sasona ex natural mineral water unye bi no me apebi bobo na kamapa. Me pacho enya na wagana fa na nyina wo pedodo eto akoton a obetumi afre 0596273546 and answer 0596273547. Me pacho ba Power FM and XYZ broadcasting ahemfie ha wonsa so betumi akabi kaso pan Robert dudu bi openo wonsa be kana kamapa na so akoton ana wakonom kama na bibia etumi akonka Victory Garlic Mixture na medru so wakoma na bo pepe eto se bia wonsa no nan aye titriti woni so aye kusukusu Victory Garlic Mixture na make am for a day amount enye na organ ha bibia tondro bia okwa also pay Victory Garlic Mixture wonya bia bebo ye papa saso na Safari Valley Eco Resort dewu enti odrane festival se ekoso osoro ho no the Laba Town you say minda moto fa ho Safari Valley Eco Resort udru ha walk dewu weni beji ye papa ebusion ko ho da ho 24-hour service as a guest ko ho weni beji moa hro zebra chese emwa ne de mara moni adina ebi ho ho weni beji conferences day visit weddings honeymoons ni na koso ho na ubenya cycling horseback riding fishing on man made lake canal and sana and now who golf ni ka hu na wo ho we ba cho for reservation 05969143 94 ebusia mreno eko dela kakrebi okay 3 minutes or say sorry also kakra baby ebo ba for ya and then mo fa say next time na
ken we dey ejuma no okay because nyina ka ona be ma ejuma na ye kese ken o hwe pepe ye da minimia abrantie oyewi ye ke wi pa
what's all then
oyewi
yo ko weni me
nisi
oyewi ko weni me
na wa ehwe japadia abrantie kita odiganes kadia ye na se ehwe ni pay for 8 good years or buy LG
then oji 28,000
28,000
it was start
no 14,000 and some of you could be 28
what the yen said 28,000
15 billion
15 billion that's a we share the watching kwa
to when yesika
masa nanado amembo no bebu no obai say omo ba be say Ghana na omo mi omo hu so omo say Ghana ye pa because we share Uko Western region some time ago Western regional minister former one your information Kobe information say see the bodyguard the area say be tell me 17 day say no Kobe 170 million Ghana come there no na one ka say hwe yana entakwa MP Mekuduka hwe one say na captain ka say be ka MP a Oscar Okahubi ntomo mo ba so mo belutu omo ni omo elutu Ghana pa saa na meji friend attorney general na ni abedi chebijomudi minim say adwuma we ombeye no ho ate
correct
Ghana ni bi enya botere omu nyina obia beko no one by one obi abeko nti Ghana ni bi anka na akomanto ye before next year ebedu June no ombebo mu say mama John Dramani Mahama na Attorney General.
Okay, where the Embrco, Bamaman Faster, Kessiema, Renal de la Guda, or Presidio Uni Valley constituency, war chairman Aboso, Sasson Mintia chairman, so forth, Manico, chairman, and Nebushan Funina, me did some way. I mean, that could fear Busha Penny, so as Papa, or a senior communicator, the MNDC National Communication Team, and one ever boy. Means every weekend in Benene for Bepon, or quick with Sisi, Wamami, you fear that. Memenda kwesiada de oni fie na beda nti ampaye bedwa menda production team ni na ase so mbo mechido me djumedi bre ye ma emusu de no hene babo ama bene oni poma checheku e the news papa in a can no mo de bre news access eja kofi kwaten ye se wo hwe ye pa ena Stone P ebusia do bo so go ni ebusia na Stone P yeah from King Nicholas yes wamba David Via Have a wonderful evening, bye bye.